flyover for today. How's the intensity going to be in stage 1, guys, for this?
Well, hopefully they stay a little calm. This is a long enough race.
We're going to find out. Yeah.
Gotta have fenders on at the end.
Beautiful spring day in Atlanta is going to get crazy here in just a minute.
Yes. For Todd, Trevor, myself, that does it for us here on Race Day. Racing from Atlanta coming up after this.
eBay Motors ensures a guaranteed fit. Hey, Dave.
Yep.
Just for fun. Now let me get the race center leaderboard thingy up, and then I'm going to look at weather for Hampton, Georgia tomorrow to have a better idea of what I'm walking into. I know I checked it yesterday, and it looked like it's going to be cool tomorrow, as in kind of cold, so I will dress accordingly. Get to break out my long sleeve Falcon shirt. It's like the only long sleeve shirt I have. Might wear the Falcon shirt and the Guns N' Roses hoodie. There we go. Perfect. All right. Hampton, Georgia weather. Hampton, Georgia weather. No rain in the forecast last I saw. 48. Let's look at the hourly. 48's the high tomorrow, so and a little breezy, so might get cold. Yeah, low 40s. Definitely gonna bundle up a little bit. Gonna be a long day tomorrow. It's a long ride, but I'm glad we're getting good weather. It's a bit of a risk to go to a race. Well, did my browser freeze? It sure did. Thank you, weather.com. It's a bit of a risk to go to a racetrack 4 hours away without hotels booked or anything. So I'm glad we're getting lucky. Thank you, Google. Hey, you know, my phone lags just as much as my computer does these days. Although my computer doesn't really lag, just certain websites don't agree with this shit. And Google Chrome is a fucking behemoth. I don't know why I still use Google Chrome as my favorite web browser. I like it a lot, but obviously your shit runs a little smoother with Firefox. I don't know. My stream better be on. I can't tell. YouTube won't load on my phone. Hey phone, I'm clicking this 35 times. Work sometime today. Alright, we're just about ready to roll. As I get my chair in position again. What's up, Michael? Gonna be a cold trip to Atlanta tomorrow, it looks like. Pretty chilly. I'm glad, though. I'd rather be cold than hot. I can bundle up all damn day. Can't get straight up naked if it's hot, you know what I'm saying?
It's a brisk but sunny day here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Brisk, that'll be a good word for tomorrow. Brisk.
But we are ready to go racing. Welcome to the
It rained yesterday in Atlanta, but it rained a lot here yesterday too.
That wind blowing out there. We're happy you're joining us. I'm Jamie Little. He's Phil Parsons and Michael Waltrip. So this is
no, I actually think Phil Parsons ain't bad in the booth.
Doesn't race like that anymore.
I just think Michael Waltrip sucks.
Either. So what do you call it? Maybe a hybrid?
Has Michael Waltrip ever been good at anything in his life? Super Speedway racing, I guess.
Are always the stars, and they are here today. But this track, it's the talk of the town. You talked about as a hybrid, Daytona and Talladega. Let me explain it like this. If Daytona and Talladega got together and have a love child, it would be the Atlanta Motor Speedway. But I'm going to tell you, this Atlanta Motor Speedway has hit
maybe Daytona.
It's angry. I mean, let's just look back at Cup qualifying. B.J. McLeod into turn 3.
Damn, somebody spun during qualifying?
Slides into the outside wall, causes a little bit of contact, and damages his car. And then Christopher Bell.
Interesting.
Long, slow slide into turn 3. And Phil, this was during qualifying. They were all by themselves. What are we going to see when we go racing this afternoon? The pack? You better get on the edge of your seat because it's going to be wild and action-packed. And by the way, a year ago, Corey Heim, a teenager, won with a last lap pass.
Yeah, and we could see the exact same thing here. But Corey Heim is a young man that figured it out at a young age. He also won 3 of the ARCA races on racetracks like this, Daytona, Talladega. We kind of clump them together now. Drafting racetracks, we call them. Corey Heim has been so good in these kind of racetracks. That was only his 5th start ever in the Truck Series. And then there's another guy that I think is my co-favorite, and that's Zane Smith. He won the last 2 times he raced at Daytona. He was in the top 5 here. He knows how to get it done. Zane Smith is another guy we're going to have to keep our eye on. But there's so many unanswered questions about this racetrack. Did it lose some grip from last year? Is it going to race the same as last year?
Well,
Nobody
Cup
knows.
qualifying looked like they lost some grip from last year. I didn't see those clips till now.
And they have not put any laps on their trucks.
Remind us to breathe. This is going to be
we
loud.
will breathe. Let's fire those engines. Go trackside for the command.
And now for the most famous
You got to give up on those Haley Deegan bits, Michael. How much money is Haley Deegan going to cost you before it's all over?
By Atlanta Motor Speedway legend and Bandolero car competitors.
I like the Rhodes bet for some reason. I was thinking Majeski, but I'll go Rhodes.
Speedway and the Freight 208. We're here to welcome all race fans. We can have a race, but we can't have a sport without fans and the future of the sport. The Bandolero and Legend Racers are going to join us with the most famous words in motorsports. Go. Drivers, start your engines! 100 on the to 125, 125, 157, 200.
Does that guy have Tourette's?
Awesome command. Well done by the future racers. Well, today promises to be a wild one. 208 miles of Truck Series action is next here on FS1.
Had a frustrating thing happen this morning, but I recovered from it. So I finally took the time. I got into WWE 2K23 to create a custom wrestler for the career mode, and I created a pretty goofy looking wrestler. I didn't do that much to him. I like changed his hair, picked a face that I can't say resembles mine, but close enough. Changed his eye color, skin tone, and got his gear and picked the colors and all that. And I put goofy face paint on him, you know, because it was kind of cool looking, but also just over. It's like an exaggerated goofy 80s wrestler, only he's not that big. He's like 6'2", 240 pounds. And an hour into fucking around with that, the game crashed, deleted all my progress on my custom wrestler, so I had to rush through and make him again. I pretty much got him back to how he was. So now I got to go in and make a custom move set and create an entrance for him, and then I can start the career mode sometime this week and stream that. That'll be good. You only take Deegan at Super Speedways, but you're still wasting your fucking money. I don't think it's going to work out for her. Hasn't shown any signs of it yet, really. Yeah, going to Atlanta tomorrow morning. The only thing I think I'll be tempted to buy is if they have Dale Jr.'s black and gold Bass Pro merch from his late model car. I'd like to have a shirt or two of that because I got the Sundrop car shirts. I got 2 of those. So it'd be nice to get another one. Yeah, I'll be able to play WWE career mode sometime this week. Might do his move set later today and set that shit up. We get a real Super Speedway truck race because Daytona was shit. So I've been looking forward to this race pretty much since that crappy truck race at Daytona ended. Xfinity's not till 5 o'clock today. Could have started the truck race an hour ago and moved the Xfinity race up a bit, but no. Could have took a long shot on Debena Dumbass, but he can't win in the Truck Series without a technicality. So it would take some pretty freak circumstances to get him a win. Atlanta.
Motor Speedway, you were right, Michael, in that call. That was a real nail biter, and I have a feeling we're going to see the same today. As you take a look at the weather, 50 degrees.
That's got to be like 45 tomorrow.
Down there, it is about 39 degrees with that wind chill.
It feels about 30 degrees.
It is
bundling up tomorrow,
cold
boys.
Day, but look, there's not a cloud in the sky. It's a perfect day to go racing. Let's take a look back at that call you just heard. 1 year ago, it was the first on this repave, and it was wild indeed.
And look at that gnarling pack after our leader, Corey Heim, drafting, pushing. Watch him come to the check.
I ain't going to get caught out in the cold again like Darlington and Martinsville.
I love this. Right there, Corey Heim. It's high time. 2022 truck race recap. That was the last time they raced here. 10 different leaders is what stands out to me most all time.
Yeah, I think we could see at least that many here today. There's so many unknowns, Michael.
Right, and this field is stacked. We talked about how many guys might be able to win this race, or girls. Haley Deegan's certainly going to be a contender. There's over 20, I think.
Got to be there at the end to have a chance. Let's now take a look at the starting grid, sponsored by Craftsman. Of course, we didn't have qualifying. It was rained out, so the metric says it is Zane Smith.
Oh, the metric. The dumbest thing these days. I can't think of a better way to line up the field when qualifying's rained out, I guess.
Top 6 finishes so far this year.
Same with Christian Eckes. Great start to the season for that team. I look for big things out of them this year. Bill McAnally's put together a great organization.
Ben Rhodes is a former winner of Daytona. He knows how to get it done on this kind of racetrack.
And you want to look for a win waiting to happen? Carson Hocevar. When is it going to be? Maybe it's today.
Will Hocevar cause a caution on purpose today if he gets bumped and spins out of the pack?
Grant Enfinger, always one to watch in the 23. We'll see how he does.
Is there a prop bet on that? An intentional Hocevar caution.
Matty D really optimistic as well.
Well, as you look at the rest of the starting lineup, scrolling at the bottom, let's dial up the man who won this race a year ago. Heim time, Corey Heim.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, here's the new stupid pit entry they have to do because they tried to fit a super speedway into a mile and a half. Commitment lines at the end of the backstretch.
This race last year, this win had to feel for you with. This is where you got your start.
It's okay, green flag pit stops ain't going to happen on truck race anyway. So.
Tell me what that race last year meant for you.
You know, it really meant a lot just to be in front of my family and friends, and you know, of course, my home track at Loudon Speedway. Grew up about an hour away from here. It's super cool. So super cool to be back, and I want to go back to back for sure.
All right, buddy. We know you got a good truck. You know how to get it done. Have a good race.
Appreciate the huge thanks to Tricon for shorter racing, safe flight, ready to go.
He sounds like an auctioneer. Ready to go.
Squeezed them all in there.
He sure
You
did.
guys see that number 11 when he was a kid?
Yeah.
Because he was a Denny Hamlin fan.
Oh my God! Somebody grew up as a Denny Hamlin fan. Fuck, we're old.
Reunited randomly in the 11
And you know what's great? Denny's pretty old.
Fuck, we're
He's
old.
Inspiration for guys to have
You
their
said
number.
it, I didn't. As you see the last 3 National Series winners here at Atlanta, they all came from Georgia. You saw Austin Hill got the Xfinity Series win. Of course, Chase Elliott at his home track as well.
Yeah, so important here, this pit road speed, because they've added like 2,500 feet of pit road. Let's take a look at our track description. Michael, it doesn't, these numbers don't really say it.
That's the love child right there, a mile and a half in length. But I'm telling you, Phil, you called it. The biggest thing is, too, the rules changed dramatically. These are Daytona Talladega rules for the drafting track. As you see, the differences in the track. Look at this. It was 24 degrees, and now it's 28. And just look how different things are. It's much narrower, which makes it much more difficult to go 3 wide, but they still squeeze in there.
They still try to do it, for sure. Sometimes with not much success.
It's so interesting how it's become a drafting track, and that means it's great for some, not so good for others, right?
Well, the guy that was on the pole at Daytona was Nick Sanchez, so it's got to be pretty good for him. Let's see if we can give him a call. Hey, Nick Sanchez, Michael Waltrip and the Fox team. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Road. Segment 1 was 49.0. That was good.
They're working on pit road speed.
47.2, 48.3, 48.4, 47.5, 47.8.
We'll break this down in a bit, Jamie. As soon as he digests it all, we'll tell
Danny
you what.
Stockman gets done telling him.
Tell you what he means. Hope I didn't interrupt there, buddy. Did you hear everything? You were 49.0, 47.8. You sound like the auctioneer at the start of the race. I just want to know, what's your mindset right now? You started
Your
Daytona
mindset.
right
What's your
in the middle
mindset?
of the pack.
Yeah, it's definitely different, but I feel like it's going to be a good experience for me. You know, I've only ever started a truck race on a front row, so sometimes I feel like you got to come back here and you have to learn the hard way. You have to learn patience, and I feel like that's something I'm going to learn today, and I feel like that's something I ever lacked in the first 2 races.
Well, it's going to be fun to watch, buddy. We'll be pulling for you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, we have two pit reporters covering all the action for you today, Jamie Howe and Amanda Busick. Hello, Jamie, you're up first.
Hello. In those 18 lead changes that we saw here last year, Ty Majeski was one of the 10 drivers who was able to lead the field before settling in for that third place finish. But with qualifying rained out yesterday,
How about Denny Hamlin appealing that penalty? What do you think his chances are of getting that overturned? You know, I did this thing I'm not allowed to do and then admitted to it, but I didn't do anything wrong, so I'm going to appeal it.
This race, they've done all of the homework that they could possibly do. As long as they can stay mistake-free, he likes his chances today. Amanda?
Jamie pole sitter Zane Smith finished 5th here last season. He wants to use that experience to be aggressive early on here in order to get those crucial stage 1 points. Also wants to focus on track position to make sure he's a player at the end of this race. The biggest challenge for Zane is going to be his lack of teammates. I asked him, well, who likes you out here? And he said, well, I'm not sure anyone does. The fellow Ford should technically be a help for Zane, but he said he can't count on that either. The reigning champ knows his hands are going to be full to have some success here today.
Thank you, ladies. Stay warm down there today.
Yeah, let's take a look at our race analysis. These are the numbers. You see the stages 1 and 2. The final stage, that's the key. It's 75 laps. You see the pit window? When these guys, if they get a caution with 60 laps to go, they're all coming to pit road because track position is so critical here. They want
30 laps, 75 laps, pit window 55 to 60.
And there's very little tire fall off, so the strategy will be all over the place. Some guys will want them, some guys won't. There's pit road. This is interesting. It's new. It's right into turn 3, and it's much longer, a couple thousand yards longer. Feet longer, excuse me, and then those
couple thousand yards. Goddamn, Mikey.
Down to speed, pit road speed by there. There's markings on the racetrack.
I like how that infield asphalt there that they just showed has not been repaved. Here they come to the green flag. Not a cloud in the sky, it seems. Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes on the front row.
First time all weekend we've had more than one vehicle on the racetrack.
Off into turn 1.
Here we go.
Good push from the 19.
Big push from Christian.
Oh yeah, Eckes pushed Majeski way out front. Straight up drafting. Can you lock bumpers here? Is there? He shoved him way out there. Now he goes to his outside. Hits that side draft coming off the corner. A little bit of old school. This is like one remnant of old school Atlanta. You get to somebody's outside. We got a truck in the wall in the back. Bounced off the wall, kept going. I can't tell who led lap 1. They cut away from it, but saw a glimpse of old Atlanta there. Truck coming off the top, off of 4, making a pass. Majeski's going to lose the lead here. They're lined up on the outside of him.
There's Mason Maggio in the 20.
Oh, we got a little contact, it looked like. Yeah, 3 wide.
By God, we've made it more than a lap.
Yeah, Caden Honeycutt, it looked like maybe bobbled up a little bit, and they
Eckes leads lap 2.
There he goes into the wall.
Here comes a run from Zane Smith and Enfinger, catching up to him going to turn 1. The back half of the field's broken up, and there's 2 distinct packs already. And the outside line is starting to get dominant. The choo-choo train is forming. We've got, what, 3 trucks on the bottom and about 10 lined up on the outside.
A victim of circumstances there.
I think the good news is he doesn't have that much experience on the mile and a half either. So.
Slot truck racing at Atlanta.
Riding on board with Christian Eckes, race leader in the 19. He's also got that driver's eye. Give us that great perspective from the driver's seat throughout this race today.
Choo-choo. DiBenedetto up to the top 5 already. Good start for him. Crafton 4th. Last year's winner, Corey Haim, in the top 10. Ben Rhodes, my bets, dropped to 9th place. He got on the bottom when the whole outside line was trained up 12 trucks deep.
You know what? Right side of your screen. I just love this, Phil, because on the left side of the screen it looks like he's just along for a Saturday afternoon ride. You get in this truck and start bouncing around and just add the G-force.
It's amazing how bumpy this track is so soon after a repave. You could see it. The track's very bumpy in the corners.
What it looks like to be behind the wheel of one of these Craftsman trucks.
And this race is not going to be really physical exhausting for these guys because, again, it's only 50 degrees, but it's going to be really challenging mentally.
Let's hear what Carson Hocevar had
By the
to
way,
say.
I love trucks on a Saturday afternoon. They should start every truck race at noon on Saturday and run the Xfinity race at like 3:30, 4 o'clock. My opinion.
Get better, Jamie, as they go. As the air pressures rise, heat builds air pressure in the tires. When that happens, he will come up off that road.
That's what a lot of the crew chiefs down in the garage were worried about, is their splitters being on the ground, those trucks bottoming out. They said they're really hard to drive when they do that.
That was Carson Hocevar.
Oh, they look so slow here now that they've neutered these cars. I'd like to see one race on this Atlanta without the restrictions.
19 laps, so off to a good start with his new team this year, and he continues.
And they're going to go to commercial 6 laps in. Good for them. Why not? They're fucking single file. Yeah, I remember when Matty D wanted me money. That was good luck charm. The one time I bet on the son of a bitch, he actually did win. I've hit on a couple of super speedway races, especially in trucks. I seem to be good at that. I guess Dylan couldn't come hang out today. He was trapped hanging out with his dad. His dad is one of those lapsed NASCAR fans. It ain't as good as it used to be, if Dylan's told me correctly. It ain't like it used to be. Not since Dale died. He's one of those. Ain't been the same since Dale died. Those are my least favorite NASCAR fans. So Eckes, Smith, and Finger. I'm assuming they're just all single file still. Still can't believe you won the Cindric Daytona 500 bet. I know Cindric's capable of winning, but I didn't see him winning that. Dicked Ryan Blaney twice in the same week. Blaney's like, great, I got another Logano as a teammate. And we're back.
You didn't miss a thing. It's been all
We sure didn't.
Christian Eckes. We are caution free so far. 12 laps into this 135-lap race. Wallace Allen with the little
Whoa.
finish in the 45.
That'll get your attention. That baby just barely hung on. He did a nice job of not
These trucks are packed with side force. That's the only reason that thing didn't spin.
More contact in the back.
Yeah, and the truck behind him tried to finish him off on the straightaway.
Crowding for Colby Howard back there.
Colby had a top 5 at Daytona, his best career finish.
Jamie?
And listening to the radio for Christian Eckes, our leader, having been out front for these 12, 13 laps now, one of the things that he's being able to relay to his team is that the truck is just a little bit edgy. They said they're going to work with him as this race goes on, but for him, he needs to manage that gap behind him. They say at times he's letting it get just a little too big. He needs to stay within a truck length so they can have somebody to fight with.
Yeah, that's interesting. A little edgy out front. How do these trucks perform differently?
Crafton peeking his nose out from 4th in the corner, it looked like.
The front tires are sticking better than the back. And then firstly, as you go back through the field, your truck loses that front nose and it wants to be a little bit tight at times. We obviously saw with Wallace Allen that there was no tight there and he was back in the pack. But the trucks that aren't handling well, they just seem to get magnified the more trucks they're behind.
Some pass back here. Excuse me, my voice is cutting out.
Stuart Friesen led the most laps here a year ago, Phil. Yeah, he started to try to run the bottom earlier and really wasn't able to get anywhere. The problem with running the bottom is you have to be able to get in line somewhere.
Ooh. Garcia almost spun Hocevar. Almost. Got a little 6-truck breakaway. The top 6 got a little separation from the ones behind them because of that Hocevar moment there. They'll catch back up.
Las Vegas had a great run at top 10 there, but I saw him in the garage yesterday. He said, I have never raced anything like this. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm leaning on my team.
Now it looks like Hocevar's slowing down the rest of the pack behind him.
And that was a mile and a half, Las Vegas, a couple weeks ago, right? Nothing like it here. This is a way, way different. As Michael said, it's the love child. You know, and when they reconfigured Phoenix, it still races about the same. It's different, but it's still a downforce track. And so Kevin Harvick was really good there before, and he still is. But I bet you Kevin Harvick will be really good here, but it's going to be nothing like the Atlanta he used to be. You know, really good then, too. Yeah, he had his own turn called after him, the Harvicking move off turn 4.
See a good shot of it there on the inside, on the bottom of the racetrack. You've got that double white and red.
I still say make Atlanta the regular season finale and move Daytona back to 4th of July.
Try to make a pass. That's a penalty.
You'll be coming to the pits, and if you force someone down there in NASCAR's eyes, they can bring you in as well. So that could be a part of the game come late in this race as we see the 43 truck of Daniel Dye.
No, not Daniel Dye getting lapped.
Start, he didn't look like he was up to pace for whatever reason. You think he's got a problem with his something under the hood of his shopdanielDye.com? Great hair products on that website, I hear.
Shut up, Mikey.
Boris
Boris said what? What did Boris say?
He didn't get to learn anything right from the go. Maybe lose just as one lap here, Phil, and can get to the pits and see what they can diagnose under the hood. Maybe a chance that we're only.
You know, for some reason I saw that Lane Riggs is in the 1, but all I saw his last name is Riggs, and I was like, Scott Riggs? My 2005 brain kicked in. Oh, there's the kids. We're getting started. We got a long day ahead. We got another race. Plenty of time to show the kids. Oh, God, it's the little girls. Oh, no, it's the shake and bake girl. Jesus Christ, they're back. It's the same girls. Do you see that? They were wearing shake and bake shirts. Fuck my life. We're in for a long day. Oh, God. Why am I here? We're in for a long day now. Fuck. Maybe I should have skipped the truck race to get spared some of that. It's like, oh, God. Everyone's favorite recurring storyline. If I see those people outside the racetrack tomorrow, I'm going to mug them and steal their tickets so they can't get in, so you guys don't have to see them on TV. I'm kidding. I won't mug them. I'll just try to steal their tickets. I'll be like, hey, can I see your tickets? I need to see where I'm sitting. And then snatch them and run away. And the Fox people will be so fucking upset they'll find me and be like, hey, that's the motherfucker that stole the tickets from the Shake and Bake Girls families. Arrest that man. And then I'll be on the run forever. Just because I'm trying to do y'all a favor. Coda next Saturday. Hell yeah. Oh, God. It's Kyle Busch in the Coda truck race.
8 laps to go in stage number 1 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
The Coda Cup race is a loaded field. Hey, look, we got a bottom line forming a little bit. Just a little bit with 8 to go. It's about time to get some stage points. Rhodes won't commit. He goes back up to the top. He lost a spot to Hocevar. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, wrecked. Look out. Riggs and Tanner Gray crash with 7 to go. We're going to get a late restart here for stage 1.
Riggs in the number 1 for Tricon Garage got the call this week to hop aboard.
Another one of those drivers that has never.
There's the kids, not the Shake and Bake Girls. They're showing more kids. Random cutaway from the crash to show kids.
Here we go.
I just don't understand the way they shoot these fucking races. So, outside run, Tanner Gray goes to the very outside, and the 1 just squeezes him. There was like a half a lane there, and the 15 saw an opening, and the 1 just came up and cut him off.
Lane Riggs was running 14th at the
Quick
time.
commercial.
Christian Eckes,
Get this stage in
impressive
under green
call.
down. I thought the one was going to flip over. You see that?
Problems for the one truck.
Quick first stage, yeah. Oh, and yeah, we have the choose rule here now, right? We got that pretty much everywhere now, even on road courses. Wonder how that'll play a factor at COTA. Quick NASCAR red flag stage 1. If you heard our last NASCAR Heat live stream, I think all three of us, Dylan, Cowboy, and me, had a mental breakdown trying to deal with NASCAR Heat 5's shitty physics. Yeah, I'm surprised Deegan wasn't in that race. Well, I mean, it was near the front of the field. It was in the front half of the field, so how could she possibly be in it? I'm glad tomorrow's going to be a sunny day instead of a cloudy, cold day. Dull looking. It's going to be nice and pretty outside. Feel bad for doing all that driving tomorrow. Glad we're driving to Atlanta on a Sunday morning instead of like, you know, a weekday morning or like a Friday or Saturday evening, you know.
Well, we're under caution for the first time. Pits are officially open.
We got some takers giving up stage 1 to try to stay out and get the track position for stage 2. That's a good crowd for a truck race. You guys notice that?
He's having balance issues in the center of the truck. Says when he gets into the tracks of the truck in front of him, he doesn't have much grip. Imagine they're going to.
How long of a drive? My GPS is 4 hours and 22 minutes. It'll probably be a little quicker than that, but that's what the GPS, my Google Maps said. But it's a quick 4-hour drive because you're just going straight. You get on 85 and go.
With 4 laps to go in this stage, he said it's really dusty out there.
You can see that windshield looks pretty pitted under that Craftsman banner across the top.
Matter of fact, let me pull up Google Maps right now and see what it looks like.
So let's see what exactly happened that led to this caution.
We already saw what happened that led to this caution. Shut up.
You said it. They're down low trying to make some ground. Well, on the outside, Tanner Gray tries to get above Lane Riggs. Right there, that move from the truck, and Lane just squeezed over. Tried to make sure he took his line away, kept everyone.
Atlanta Motor Speedway, Google Maps.
You know, we always talk about how important the spotters are, but probably no more important than they are at a place like this.
Now it says 3 hours and 54. The other day it said 4:22. Now it says 3 hours 54. So it's actually less than 4 hours. Yeah. If I left right now, I'd get there before 6:30. It says, and it's 2:30 right now.
Starts last year, and hope we get to see him back. It's too bad that his day started out like this.
I talked to Lane down in the pits, and he said his dad Scott is at his.
Boy, that's a lot of straight line driving.
Dance recital this week. He's not here for this.
There's Daniel Dye to pit road. Did a little work on that truck. It's going to just barely barely squeak out of the pits, remain one lap down as he guns it up.
Yep, that's a lot of straight line driving. We got to make one left turn, one right turn, and then you just go straight. Nice. I don't know why it said 422 the other day.
Before too much longer. And we had a mixed bag of strategy there, Phil. We thought we would see that all day long. When tires aren't that important,
hey, Tino.
use different strategies.
Welcome to this dull-ass truck race. That would be way better if it was old school Atlanta and they were sliding around, actually having to drive the damn vehicles.
3 laps, but
oh, wait, did I say that out loud?
We're going to sacrifice those points, and we're going to get track position for the second stage that's coming up. So I like when we have tires that don't fall off much, so you can see these crew chiefs' brains and the engineers thinking about how to go about managing a race.
About strategy. Put it in their hands. That's why they're paid the big bucks, right?
That's right.
You drivers paid the big bucks to sit behind.
Are they gonna have? They're gonna have a one-lap shootout, really? You couldn't get the fucking 1 to go at 3 to go and have a 2-lap sprint. They're gonna have a 1-lap shootout. That's lame as fuck.
27 years, it wasn't that easy, I didn't think. Well, I don't know. What were we doing wrong? Maybe we just made it harder. It should have been. Holy cow.
The 12 is Spencer Boyd is the free pass.
Good for Spencer Boyd. Shout out to my fellow NASCAR shit posters. Oh my God, they zoomed in on 2 old guys. Look at Fox trying to throw us off the trail. Here comes the Choose with 2 to go. What the fuck is that pace truck doing?
These drivers will choose which lane they want to come restart in. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be a
Eckes outside, Zane Smith inside. Infinger Crafton outside. DiBenedetto up to the inside. 1-lap shootout. They're not even going to be up to speed.
And the Choose is new for the drafting style tracks this year. They weren't allowed before at Talladega, Daytona, and here, so that's new for them.
I felt like the groove that the drivers would pick predominantly was the outside. We just saw that prevail at the beginning of the race with those guys running more momentum around the top. So for 1 lap, is the top.
What's this truck around the outside doing?
I mean, it certainly is what.
Is that the free pass truck? Oh yeah, it is Spencer Boyd.
Thinking, well, maybe for 1 lap, maybe with enough of a push from behind me, maybe I can stay ahead of Christian for 1 lap. It's worth a try.
Well, Christian came from the bottom to get the lead. I've got a push up there, so I think it's.
That was a late free pass right there. Boyd was not passing the lead cars until they got off of turn 2.
See the trucks warming up their tires for this 1-lap shootout.
Good pushers in the second row. DiBenedetto, the 25 on the inside.
1 lap.
The 23 on the
1 lap on a super speedway style track is so dumb.
Talked to Matt DiBenedetto this morning. He's excited. They got an engineer they hired, brought onto this team as it continues to grow, getting a little more data and resources with his team.
And when you talk to him, you just want him to win. I mean, he's got just the best attitude. Life is good. He loves what he's doing. There's so many stories like that in the truck garage, but Matt's a special cat, and I hope to see him get more than just one win this year.
He's a man of the people. And by the way, he won at Talladega last year. He knows how to get around these style races. Christian Eckes, Zane Smith.
One lap. Pretty equal push. Oh, DiBenedetto got the 38, a little squirrely. That's going to give the edge to Eckes and Infinger. But DiBenedetto gets back to him in the corner. You can lock bumpers.
Wow, that's
organized on the outside.
There's going to be a wreck here. Oh, boy. Exhilarating 1-lap sprint. Eckes is going to win the stage. There's a lot more trucks and more momentum in the outside. Here they come. Eckes wins stage 1. 3 wide for third. You see that shit?
Christian Eckes gets that stage 1 win.
Playoff point for that cat. Great start to the season for that team.
Now go to commercial. That's what we do all day. Commercial, commercial, commercial.
Well done, Mr. Eckes.
And now another stupidly long, unnecessary caution. Will there be Friday the 13th tonight? No, there'll be early bedtime tonight. I got to get up at like 7 a.m. 7:30. Actually, if I shower this evening, I won't get up till 7:30 tomorrow morning. So I'll be ready to go. Had a good Friday stream last night. Didn't get to be Jason, but like I said, I had my spawn preference set to none, so it was 50-50. But we survived every match. starting to get hungry. I think we're going to give the Double Down another shot today. Maybe today will be the one day KFC makes a piece of chicken that doesn't taste like shit. So I've got to take the chance. Pray for me. Tino, did you hear me say I made my created wrestler for my rise in WWE 2K23? I still got to finish his moveset and his entrance. But I have a created wrestler. He's not that creative, but I just needed to make one to play career mode. I still got to watch SmackDown from last night. I'll probably do that after the Xfinity race and then go to bed.
From Atlanta. I know I'm not in Daytona.
It feels like it looks like Daytona. It's beautiful out here.
It does, in this style of racing, but I guarantee it's warmer in Daytona than it is right here in Atlanta.
Watch the commitment line here. All the way over into turn number 3 is where these trucks have to be down to pit road speed. For almost 4,000 feet, they have to be at pit road speed. What do you do for all that?
Are they really going to measure pit road speed all the way around this motherfucker? Like,
as closely as you can is what you do. You want to be precise so you can get all you can for your pit crew.
Absolutely.
what happens when guys are making pit stops and there's a big wreck in the middle of the corner on the track and guys slowed down to pit road speed get collected on the very bottom?
Dash, he was struggling with the digital dash, says it's a little jarring coming down pit lane. Has no issues with the truck. Was talking with the spotter to see if he can keep the same line as they get ready for this restart. Jamie?
Lots of pit stops that are going to be happening at the front of the pack. I'm going to start with the number 23 of Grant Enfinger. I mentioned earlier that the visibility was something he was struggling with, definitely taking a tear off. He said overall that he has decent drivability in the pack. It's starting to get just a little bit looser. They're going to adjust the track bar for him. Christian Eckes, our race leader, led all of those first 30 laps. And the biggest thing for him was that he needed some help if they were going to be in traffic. That was an extremely quick pit stop for him. Big round of applause down here on pit lane. Matt David.
2 tires, no tires, 2 tires. Who gives a fuck? Bunch of trucks pitted under that caution in stage 1. Almost had a spin there on pit road.
A little slow on that pit stop though.
So I don't know who the leader will be. Hocevar probably. What I think of all the NFL moves, crazy stuff.
It's all about the 19 of Christian Eckes. He is our stage 1 winner. Shall we dial him up?
Ezekiel Elliott should have been cut a year or two ago.
Michael Waltrip and the Fox team. Do you copy?
Garoppolo to the Raiders, Carr to the Saints, Heineke to the Falcons.
Man, I'm a big fan of Bill McAnally.
Darius Slay re-signs with the Eagles after it seemed like he was on his way out.
They're winning that stage and now starting in the pack.
I'm keeping up with it.
After stage 2.
Aaron Rodgers is ready to play for the Jets, but the Packers and Jets are having a hold up on the trade agreement because of compensation. Aaron Rodgers be like, you know, the Packers never drafted me enough weapons. Hey, I want to take all these shitty weapons to the Jets with me.
Victory lane in Atlanta. I never could quite do that.
One happy driver out there.
So far, this race has absolutely sucked balls. Oh my God, they're showing adults. Yeah, this has been a crappy race. Boring. It's the truck series. So it looks like Crafton, Majeski, Rhodes, Hocevar, and Nemechek are the top 5 because they pitted during the stage 1 caution for the crash between Riggs and Tanner Gray. Yeah, a lot of trucks actually stayed out here. Mercedes Lewis to the Jets. Why did the Jets? If I was the Jets, I'd have laughed at Aaron Rodgers. Like, you want me to sign a fucking 95-year-old slow tight end that had like 68 yards receiving last year? No. Man, this race sucks. Stages just make a race like this even worse because it drags the race out. Let's get going. Let's get it green. Get to the fucking end where it matters. Stages in the truck series is dumber. Stage cautions in every series is dumb, but it's especially dumb in trucks. You're going to the Jets-Pats game? Oh, that's good. You got reason to actually want to go see the Jets now. Did you guys see they were having tag team boxing?
Racing will be on full display. Who will survive every turn and be in it to win it at the end? The engines fire tomorrow at 3 Eastern on Fox, and our guys in the promo department obviously knew. It's that man right in the middle, Joey Logano on pole. Those Fords, they were
fast, really fast.
8 out of 10, top 10, is that right?
Yes, the top 8.
Top 7 or 8, yeah.
There's some stage points for stage 1, and now the lineup is all mixed up. Matt Crafton, Tom Majeski, Ben Rhodes. They didn't even pit Amanda. What are they saying down there?
Of the 3 trucks that haven't pitted yet, you'll see Matt Crafton up there at the head
Oh,
of the
so
pack.
the 3 trucks out front haven't pitted at all. Okay.
Restarts, though, said that you have the truck full throttle, but it's slow.
Slow means better fuel mileage.
Restarts are tough, and you know, everybody just about the top 5 or 6 trucks.
Oh, there's the kids again.
On this choose rule, Phil.
You know, when we talked about the race analysis at the start, we talked about stage 1 being 30, lap stage 2 30. I think they've decided at Thorsport, the 3 trucks that stayed out have not pitted yet. Are all going to.
Do they not know that that literally adds nothing to the fucking broadcast?
It's not pitting.
And why do they do it more at Atlanta Motor Speedway than they do anywhere else? Like, what's the fixation there? Like, knock it the fuck off.
The top 3 national series. Their names are actually on.
Oh my God, Haley Deegan's in the top 15 because of strategy. What a legend.
On there, yes, but your daughter's on.
My 2 daughters are on there. Michael's daughter's on there.
Yeah, and that truck is supported by Advent Health.
Girl power.
As possible, and saluting the women of NASCAR, I think is a wonderful initiative. And wow, 1,300 women, and I think about 75 or 80 of them gathered around the truck today to get a picture before the race. That's pretty awesome.
Big deal.
Awesome, and that's women represent about 20% of the hard cards between the 3 national series. Let's go back to Amanda.
Well, Jamie,
We're coming to the green. We don't care about this.
Of all the names that are on that truck, if there's one that is very special to her, and he's
Coming to the green. Nobody cares.
Marissa is right here on this truck.
Hey, look at this. Green flag.
She's running 13th right
Good, they
now.
wrapped that up quick.
As the flag is back out, Matt Crafton, Ty Majeski,
And Ben Rhodes, those Thorsport.
How quick until they get single file against the outside wall? Teammates pushing in the top. Majeski, Crafton, Hocevar moves up. Oh boy, he's 3 wide in the middle. And they cut away from it to zoom in on the 2 trucks way out front. Hocevar's in the sucker hole. Because you can actually still get 3 wide in a truck series. Can't in the Cup series.
Look how much much ground that Hostbar's losing or has lost.
It's got my pick Ben Rhodes up in the top 3 with his 2 teammates in front of him. That's good for me.
They had a plan, and look how it's playing out.
Hopefully this will stay green all the way through the stage and we can keep our track position. God, I hate having to cheer for a dickhead like Ben Rhodes. Oh, look, they're all single file again. What exhilarating racing. Boy, the new Atlanta, so exhilarating. They're literally just like they would be on old Atlanta, except they're closer together, but it makes no difference because they're still single file and not doing anything. Caution's out. What the fuck happened? Of course, Fox didn't see it. Okay, caution's out. You want to tell us what happened? You want to show us what happened? Do you even know what happened? Or were you too busy scanning the crowd for little kids you could zoom the camera in on? Oh, we have a replay, miraculously. Ooh, right back here with, what happened? Haley Deegan, pass below the line. It's the International Women's Day. Let her have it.
As long as she backs off and doesn't take the position.
What is the caution for? You fucking morons. Like, what happened? Guess we'll never know.
She might have already given the position back at that moment of caution. Remember, when the caution comes,
she passed below the yellow line, it's a fucking penalty. Or it's not even a yellow line, whatever. Double line. Who gives a shit? What's caution for?
I'm sure that was the reason why they didn't penalize. And you see her behind.
Still waiting to learn what the caution was. And it took them about 30 seconds after the caution to realize there was a caution. Oh, a caution for that. What is that? Is that ballast? Oh, no. Somebody's ballast came out of their truck, it looks like. That's going to be a heavy-duty fine and penalty. Big time. That is not good. I don't know whose truck that came out of, but wow. That's a no-no.
Let's hear what the 38 was saying.
Way dirty. Oh my God, I just destroyed that. Destroyed whatever that debris was.
Zane Smith says he ran over it.
Zane Smith may have hit that.
I don't see any damage on his truck.
Damage on the left front corner, and the reason why he said he destroyed it is because it's lead. I mean, that weighed probably 20 pounds, and if it hit anywhere on his truck...
Oh, yeah, I see it on the splitter. A little left front splitter damage on the 38. The heavy favorite splitter is kind of hanging.
I think that's exactly where it hit what you were...
Have to pit and fix that. He had made it back up to 10th place.
That shouldn't affect it all that much. They could probably tune that up a little bit on a pit stop. But
that was spotter Josh Williams up above.
You want to pit now and take care of it?
Things look fine to me. That's great camera work by our team.
Oh, yeah, great camera work by our team. Oh, yeah, brilliant. The one time. Boy, zooming in, that's their specialty. He's like, look at me zoom this fucking camera in. Yeah, zoom that camera in, baby.
Line back up. We'll be back. More act.
You go, Fox. Sorry, I got silent. I was in the other room trolling my cat. And there he goes out the window. Ooh, I wonder if they'll have Dippin' Dots at the racetrack tomorrow. How come you can't get Dippin' Dots anywhere except public places like that? The wind coming through my window sucked the door to my room wide open from the other side of the room. Have you guys notice how bad my attitude is when I stream truck races? My cable's acting up.
Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're under caution here for the third time.
How do they find out what truck that came from? I bet if they weigh them after the race or something, they can figure it out.
The infield grass. We'll see here.
Found by Zane Smith. There's the lead laying on the front straightaway. He hits it.
Boy, I wouldn't want to get hit in the head with that tomorrow. And he clobbered it right there on the front stretch.
About maybe 10 or 20, what that was, and it just knocked it into the infield. And NASCAR official will go retrieve it. And there's the damage.
Yeah, that's a great camera shot there. That I would think that part of the splitter that's bit down will start rubbing the racetrack now, so they may have to make repairs.
Oh, look, random little kid with something in his mouth. Now you know that camera operator's like really turned on.
The truck or car number that it came from, and we did see Jake Garcia on pit road.
Just keep the fucking camera on the fucking racetrack, dude. Like, it's not hard. I know they're under caution, but geez. Have it be in the pits or on the fucking racetrack.
Jake Garcia's radio, you know, we talked about he had never been to a track like this before, having just turned 18, and he has trouble right now with the left rear shock. He just made a stop down on pit lane. They took a look at it, left pit lane so that he tried not to go too far down in the order, but he's going to have to come back to the pits again. So it just keeps getting a little bit worse for Jake today.
It's a lot like Daniel Dye. You know, these kids need these laps. They want the laps, and Jake's doing a great job so far in this race.
Let's check in on Grant Enfinger's radio.
I go the whole way over these stages. Yeah, I mean, but as many cautions as we're getting, they probably can make it. Yeah. Be close. I'd be honest with you, I didn't have the cojones to try that. I thought about it for about 2 seconds, and I thought better of it.
Well then.
Yeah, that's
Haley Deegan is not going to get a cup ride next year. Stop. Give me a fucking break. She is not getting a cup ride next year. She's not going to drive the 4. She never will. It's not happening.
And here comes Zane Smith.
Give me a fucking break. Zane Smith stayed out here with that splitter damage. I guess they're not that worried about it right now.
Are you believing that?
6 trucks picked the top. Man, New Atlanta, so exciting. The way one lane is entirely dominant. It's just Phoenix with high banking all over again.
Please tell me when there's a gap.
6 trucks picked the outside line.
Teammates, it worked for him last time. They're going to try it again.
The top 6.
Well, I can certainly understand
The teammates, the 88, the 98, and the 99.
John Hunter's going to stick with them. Corey Heim.
And then Nemechek, Corey Haim, and Tyler Ankrum picked the outside.
Said, this looks fun. I'm going to go up on the front row.
A clear view up there. Thank you very much. Pick up 5 spots.
Shoes rule, the only exciting thing about this race.
It's about their spotters telling them that I have a gap. We have a gap on the outside. I can move up and get in that line.
We'll see what Caden Honeycutt can do there on the front row. The 19-year-old from Willow Park, Texas. Late model racer. Getting another shot at it here. Finished 9th at Phoenix last year. Really raised.
Yeah, I saw his teams in the garage yesterday, and they said he's a wheel man. He can get it done. Well, we're going to see that right now.
All right, here we go.
Oh boy.
Under green once again.
How long until they get single file on the outside line again? Oh boy. 3 wide back there, jeez. Put Hocevar in the sucker hole again. Ain't nobody giving Hocevar any respect, and can you blame them? Yeah. Good push on the bottom. 2 tandems on the bottom, but that outside line's going to form up here and just take off when they get to 3 and 4. The inside line's already dead. Closed back up there in the corner, but ooh, Rhodes got a little squirrely there. Third in line on the top. Ooh, look, the inside line led that lap. That's the longest the bottom line has lasted this entire race.
41 has joined that inside line. He's 3rd back on the inside.
He always raises your eyebrows when he gets a chance to run in something. That's a great truck that he's driving.
Now the outside has a 2-truck advantage with Crafton and Majeski. Crafton shoots way out front, fucking Dale Jr. style.
that paint scheme. So easy to see.
He'll lead this lap.
They've given back to the sport, the ARCA Menard series, the truck series.
And a 20-year relationship, right? 20 years with Menard and Matt Crafton, Duke and Rhonda Thorson.
You know, Duke's at home probably in Ohio, and heck, he
Man, it's
even
dusty,
here.
and that very outside. You can't run right up against that wall. It's so dusty. There's just no grip there. You can run high. You can run middle to high, but you get out near that wall, it's as dusty as I've ever seen a racetrack. Oh, they're stacking up on the bottom. 4 wide off the corner. Honeycutt drops way down on the apron, gets out of the way, avoids disaster.
What an amazing job that he was.
And he's not recovering. Did something break on that truck? Did he have a mechanical? Yeah, he's got a mechanical problem. It just stopped, and then he's getting pushed in the corner. Unbelievable that Zane Smith didn't plow through him.
That's amazing. And Zane as well. I mean, Zane with nowhere to go, all of a sudden he slows down in front of him. And Bailey Curry paying attention as well, right behind Zane.
Watch how quickly things go wrong here. Squeezing through the middle. What a great job that was by Christian Eckes.
Jamie?
04 still on track, off the pace, dangerously off the pace, and still not pitting. 6-truck breakaway after that little kerfuffle. Rajay Caruth in the top 10 now, leading the second pack. Like I said, there's 6 trucks that broke out, and Rajay Caruth's right there in the front of the other line.
Well, he is going to have a highlight reel of a great save and a great job on a restart. That's where you get people's attention. You say, okay, this kid can get it done. Or you just tie your 3 trucks together up front for Thor Sports. And that's another good way to make a name for yourself.
Christian Eckes has led 32 laps the most today. Eckes back in the 11th spot.
At least I bet on a driver on the team that's controlling the race.
Carson Hocevar just behind.
Good job, it's your teammate there. You know, gotta wait for him when he helps you. You got the room.
There you go. Work together. 32 truck. Brett Holmes just behind these two. A lot going on right now.
The spotter communication, we only hear a little bit of what's really happening up on the roof above where we're sitting. Those spotters talking to each other, making deals. Hey, we're going to go here. Let's work together. Let's choose the outside, the inside. There's so much more behind the scenes.
All this single file action is so exhilarating.
Made it 3 wide. He restarted 16th, already up to the 8th spot, and I love how these guys are staying in line right now, Michael.
Oh yeah, it's exhilarating how they're just staying in line doing nothing.
Always a great guy to watch, Kobe Howard in that 9.
Still don't know why they made this track so fucking narrow. You could have made the banking like 30 degrees and kept it as wide as it was. That would have been better. The design of this racetrack makes no sense. Well, super speedway racing, so we're gonna like narrow it up. It's like, oh well, there you go. So they can go 2 by 2. Nice.
We've seen some good ones, Jamie.
Still there.
How do you not get bored driving these tracks like this?
He needs to have a good race today. He's off to a little bit of a slow start. They show great speed, but he's finished 29th in the opening 2 races of this season.
He sure is doing a nice job here.
And he did a nice job in his first race at St. Louis last year. Finished 11th. We thought, man, this kid's going to...
If another caution comes out in the next 3 or 4 laps, it's going to create a situation like stage 1. It could flip the whole running order again.
Huge gathering of family and friends and fans. So many people here to cheer him on. And I thought about it, like they made the trek down here from Washington, D.C. to root for their guy.
Well, they've got a beautiful truck, and he's doing a nice job. There's the 3 leaders, followed by John Hunter Nemechek. Be interesting to see how long they bide their time. You know, before we had that accident coming to the just a couple ago at that first stage, we were having guys go low and spread out trying to make moves. Those stage points can be valuable. You never know when you need just one to make the playoffs.
You saw that blue truck for a moment. He's leading that second pack. That's Stuart Friesen. He was able to get by Raja. Now Raja's back to 9th.
Raja!
Leading that second pack.
I was just looking at the 17, John Hunter Nemechek, 4th in line.
And them fucking ThorSport trucks are breaking out. Looked like Nemechek and Corey Hammond lost touch with him there for a second. For some reason, Enfinger pulled out of line.
I just checked in with his crew chief, Bill Wilburn, and asked him what kind of wear they saw when they took those 4 off. And he said, you know, there's a little bit of wear, but with the way this race is going, they're not sure if they're going to need tires again. So we could see that come into pit strategy as we get towards the end of this race.
Ooh, DiBenedetto squirrely off of 2 there.
It's a long day here at Atlanta
The 6-truck breakaway is no longer a thing. That pack's doubled in size, it appears. About 12 trucks or so. With a real shot at this.
Pack up to the first pack and made a pass or two. He's up to 7th now.
Got 4 to go this time by. If you're going to try to make some moves, it's time. Christian Eckes, he won that stage. I said, look what you got. You got to start in the middle of the pack. He's not gone very much anywhere.
Let's listen to Ty Majeski.
Is it a Matt Crafton kind of day?
He's trying to talk to his spotter, and he wants some reinforcement. I think I just want to stay behind Matt and not take a chance on pulling out and having Ben.
I'm happy where I am. I don't care about stage points. I need a race win.
Smart move. I think that would be the lesser of two evils. If he pulls out and Ben doesn't go with him, and nobody goes with him, then he could be freight trained all the way to the back of this pack.
It might be wise to do whatever you're going to do coming off turn 2. Maybe try to lay back a little bit onto the front bumper of Ben Rhodes and get that push toward Matt Crafton to make that type of move. As a drafting guy, you know, you're not just flat out wide open all the time. You're always playing with the throttle.
There's the 3 ThorSport trucks trying to break away again. They get a little bit of separation here and there. Ain't nobody winning this stage but a ThorSport truck. Here's a little run from Nemechek, center of the corner. Would he really push hard for a stage win? I mean, I guess the track position. Enter pit road as the leader or whatnot. Crafton's still not pitted today at all. All those caution laps helped make this strategy possible. And 1 to go in the stage. ThorSport with a car length and a half lead over the rest of the field. Closes up going into turn 1. Here comes John Hunter to the bottom with Heim. Oh, that outside line didn't stay together as well. So there's an opportunity here. If Nemechek's run doesn't die out. He's got Heim on his bumper. Big separation on the top with the ThorSport guys. Yeah. Nemechek's going to take the lead here. Wasn't enough pushing going on. Oh, Nemechek. Oh, runs Crafton wide. Now here comes Crafton off the top to win the stage. Crafton, Majeski, Nemechek, Rhodes 4th. And the 20 trucks creeping to pit road with heavy damage on the right front in the back. Maggio. There's your Matt Crafton stage win. Got worried there when I saw them about a truck length between each of them on the top, and Heim was up the ass of Nemechek in turn 2. Just like old Atlanta, the top line reigns supreme off the corner. That was a good last lap.
Written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting.
Yeah, fuck you. I break that rule every week. I give my unauthorized account of the race every week.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series roars to life right here in Atlanta as each driver faces high speeds and full throttle action. See who will rise above the rest and take the checkered flag. That's coming up next right here on FS1. And it's Sammy Smith. He's going to lead the field to green.
That was so cool watching him race last week.
He's one to watch. He's going to be around, I think, in this sport for a long time.
We get to see these kids, teenagers, come and win on these big tracks. Never would have thought that 20, 30 years ago when we were coming up, Phil.
Jamie, we saw how good he was in the ARCA Series last year, and man, he just, and then he got a few starts in the Xfinity Series, was very, very fast, and boy, did he put it together.
He did at Phoenix last week. Well, pits are open, and it is the veteran. We keep talking about the kids, but the veteran, Matt Crafton, wins the stage. He's coming your way, Amanda.
Well, as Matt Crafton comes down, you're also going to see the 99 of Ben's Rhodes make his way down to pit as well. He's one of the teams that has opted to stick with the analog dashes this season. Didn't want to miss with that digital dash and said he thought this would really help him today on this tricky, long
Is he a boomer? Afraid of technology?
Felt great. Felt even better as some of the fuel load burned off, but there you are. There's that.
So now, pretty much everybody has to pit right here. Stage worked out perfectly for the ThorSport trucks.
Also coming down pit lane will be Ty Majeski for his first pit stop of the day, as well as John Hunter.
No stages on a road course next week. I can't wait. Things will feel normal for the first time in 7 years.
For John Hunter Nemechek, the number 17, he's angled out just a little bit. Wanted to give a heads up to the crew for that because the number 30 is put it in front of them. Who's also coming very quick pit stop for John Hunter as he only took 2 tires.
Lots of 2 tires and no tires. And who's that? Won the race off pit road. John Hunter Nemechek, Corey Haim, Matt DiBenedetto, Stuart Friesen, Tyler Ankrum. The ThorSport guys lose a lot. The ThorSport trucks all took 4 tires. You got one more stop to make, so for the rest of the day, I wouldn't change tires. But oddly, the ThorSport guys gave up the track position to take 4. I guess Crafton needed to. He hadn't pitted at all.
There's Brent Holmes. He was, I think, pulling in when Nick was trying to leave. See him pulling out the fender on the left rear. Here's the contact. See, Brett's coming in this pit.
Oh, ooh, boy, that's scary.
Right,
hard hit on pit road.
Do fuel only. You have other, you're going to leave before the other trucks get to their pit.
Rightful Talladega winner Brett Holmes there.
Chief to say, okay, you can go.
That was the last time Crafton won a race. Wasn't it Kansas like 2 years ago? Didn't he win a Kansas race that I didn't stream because I knew it was going to be boring? Because trucks on mile and a halves are not that fun usually.
How about Shane Huffman, the crew chief? Sorry, Shane Wilson. Shane Huffman was with Holmes last year. So Shane Wilson with that call to keep his driver out and wait to the end of stage 2 to bring him in. Good pit stop.
Let's see if we can talk to Matt Crafton. Hey, Matt Crafton, Phil Parsons, and the guys and girls up in the booth. You got a copy?
Nope.
Phil Parsons, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Not quick.
Excellent job in that first stage. Shane had a great strategy. You 3 ThorSport guys stayed out, elected not to pit till the end of the second stage. How's that truck?
Balanced pretty good. Made a little bit of trap bar adjustment right there, and see what we got for them for the rest of this race. Just be smart. It's going to be very interesting here once we get going at the end of this race. Just everybody's going to take their gloves off. But you ever thought you'd run that many laps in Atlanta with no tires?
How are the trucks handling out there, Matt?
Very good. Balanced, very good. You're just, when you get in the lead, you just sit there and run wide open. It's basically like Talladega, Daytona. When you're second, third one back, you have to lift every once in a while because you get some runs. But interesting to say the least.
Interesting is a code word for not good, but he can't say anything because NASCAR has a gun to your head at all times. Oh, look, there's a little kid. There's another little kid. There's some ugly dude with a ginger neck beard. I hope to God they don't show me tomorrow. There's a chance. It's always a chance. I better make sure I'm like picking my nose at all times so they'll be less inclined to show me because I don't look like a dumb redneck. Why are there so many fucking tabs open on my damn phone? Close that, close that. Close that. I'm already looking forward to Coda next week for the trucks. I hope Kyle Busch ain't in it, but he probably will be. Kyle Busch might make a triple.
Welcome back to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Freight Auctions 208. We hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far as we get ready here for the second half of this race. And we've got people all over the place watching this race right now, Michael.
Yeah, I've got a Fox reporter, Tim Duggar. He's on the 98 truck, and he's in an undisclosed location having a beer and watching the truck race today, so that's a lot of fun.
Sucks. Well, I get to see Josh Berry in a cup car.
There's Duggar's livery on that truck. Beautiful picture of his face.
Like Dale Jr. said, though, it's going to be impossible to judge Josh Berry's performance tomorrow at the Super Speedway race, so he might do all right. He did so good at Phoenix last week.
At an undisclosed location. I'm here supporting this truck. There's my buddy Tim Duggar. You can listen to him on Apple Music.
I'm sure Chase will be back by the 600, which I might be the next race I go to if I don't hit Bristol Dirt or Martinsville before then. We're still debating. I still want to do North Wilkesboro, but I know the damn ticket price just ain't going to be worth it.
John Hunter Nemechek, Corey Heim.
De Benedetto on the front row for stage 3, but he's on the bottom, and the top line already has like a 5-truck advantage, so this little tandem through 1 and 2 is going to do him a little bit of good, buy him some time. Crafton back there on 4 tires. I know tires don't mean anything, but didn't lose that much track position. He came out pretty good on the choose rule there. He's just stuck on the bottom. And they have the tandem with Zane Smith and De Benedetto. It's very potent, but the moment they break apart, they're done because there's about 8 trucks in that outside. Crafton's one of them now. I'm keeping an eye on Crafton back there. Yep, that bottom line's dead. 2 trucks. 2 trucks. The rest of the field's up top. Although Friesen looked like he was going to duck down there and get between them.
Just to Benedetto, and then Zane 3 truck lengths back.
I got Crafton and Rhodes back there I'm keeping an eye on. Ooh, Ankrum. Looked like he was about to get turned at the end of the backstretch. Lap 69.
Well, Jamie, when I talked to Tyler Ankrum ahead of the race, he described Atlanta as exhilarating. But what's not going to be exhilarating is his team is telling him that they are 12 to 15 laps short of making it to the end of the race on fuel. So, Phil, my question to you, how hard is it to save fuel and still give it your all?
Well, you don't have to save fuel. That's the good thing because they know they're going to have to stop. They know everyone's going to have to stop. Again, they need to go.
There will be one more pit stop, at least for gas. That's all I'm doing the rest of the day. Ooh, in finger. Thought about forcing 3 wide underneath Zane Smith. Bottom lines come back to, they're not really going anywhere. Looked like they were making some ground off before, but that outside line just shot forward.
But look at the speed up top. There just isn't anyone making gains down at the bottom. Nick Sanchez, after the trouble on pit road, has rallied and now is a part of this lead draft.
How about Matt DiBenedetto? Started on the front row, dropped all the way back to 13th. As you guys mentioned, there's just not enough help, not enough energy on that inside line.
But they're going to keep trying, Jamie, and eventually they're going to get enough help down there where it's going to happen. But I think right now I'm kind of a fan of just chilling, Phil. I want to not worry much about it until you make that pit stop you talked about, and then make sure you're in a position. Unless I'm up front and I'm going to be defensive and I'm going to make sure I keep my track position. But if I'm back 10th, 12th, I'm not going to worry much right now.
Nick Sanchez in the 2 truck had that damage on pit road. He's back to 17th now, Jamie.
And they've really been able to make something with that mistake. So when they came
Hey, bro.
their only intention was to take 5 seconds of fuel, get away
Prosto,
from
making sure I got that name right.
They had to push him back, lost any of the track position
As
they
right
were
as I can get it.
So they did make another stop on pit lane. He took 40 tires, started this restart in 25th. He's all the way up to 17th right now, and he's very confidently said to his team, "Don't worry, I'm going to make some moves."
The entire fucking field single file now.
Earlier about learning and getting in the draft and getting in different.
Oh yeah, you were in my Gotham Knight streams.
He's had to really rally after that problem on pit road.
I thought I recognized you, but it's been a while.
Saw 3 wide for a moment.
Old DiBenedetto floated back there to Deegan territory after starting on the front row. Crank your hog, Fox. How am I doing? I'm good. Tired all the time, but it just comes from working, I guess. Being on my feet all day. Ooh, stack up there mid-pack. There's going to be a wreck around Sanchez and whoever that truck is in front of him. I can't see who the fuck that is. Sanchez goes to the inside of that 9 truck. Who the fuck's in that truck? They've been a moving chicane the whole race. If Sanchez can clear that 9, that moves a win. Good, he cleared him. Oh, Colby Howard's in that truck.
They can't get line on the outside, and then the outside will pull them. New crew chief on board for the 52 with Stuart Friesen this week. Blake Bainbridge now is the crew chief. Having a great run here. I talked to Stuart yesterday. He led the most laps here a year ago, as I mentioned, but he also said he loves this place, and he just felt like they needed.
If you're not in that top 10, you're not even going to have a remote chance at winning this.
Chris Larson, team owner, Trip Bruce manager, they just got together and made.
Ooh, whoa, Ankrum almost got hooked by Purdy.
Chase Purdy in the 4 looked like he got into the 16 of Ankrum. I think Blake was.
Gotham Knights on PCs having frame rate issues. Have you looked on the Reddit page about that? I figured there'd be people on Reddit bitching about that. I play on PS5, so all I know is 30 frames in that damn game. They haven't patched the performance mode in yet. They totally should, though. The game runs smooth enough now. I think they could do it. Side by side, so you don't miss all this. Oh, we got a spinner off of 2 in the back. The 46. Ooh, hits the inside wall with the left rear a little bit. Caution's out. It's on the edge of the fuel window, too. Don't be surprised to see some guys further back pit here.
You saw the 46 truck Ogata go around. Debris on the track, that brings out the 5th caution of today.
This is that window we were talking about. Anytime inside of 60 laps that everyone would get in their window. Let's take a look back at what happened to Ogata. See him right there on coming in the screen on the bottom, right on the.
Hits a bump on the apron. Oh man, he just shot up the track. Damn near took Colby Howard with him. That would have been a blessing to the rest of the field.
Red line, and it made him shoot up the hill, and then he tried to cut it to keep it off of the 9 truck of Colby Howard, and around it went. And man, looked like
you have to dig deep on Reddit to find some answers about those Gotham Knight frame rate problems.
Both left front and left rear hard into the wall, and that's going to end his day.
I I've been thinking about getting Gotham Knights on PC at some point. My computer can run it, but probably at like 30 to 60. Like, it'll probably fluctuate like Arkham Knight does when I play it on my computer.
A single truck incident here without getting a whole bunch of other trucks involved, and they get some minimal damage to the front end of that truck.
Akinori makes a few starts here and there, and was really thought that was a beautiful truck too. Thought he had a chance to run up in the top 10.
If I'm outside the top 10, I'm going to pit here.
On the lead lap.
Yeah, doing a great job.
Yeah, he's a regular Hickory Motor Speedway.
Here's a good look at
From
Akinori.
Japan. Yeah, last start was at Darlington last year, so it's good to have him back, but unfortunately he's got some damage to that truck.
That's pretty heavy damage
It's
there.
going to be a busy place here. We're going to open pit road this time around.
Oh, look, more little kids yawning in the crowd.
56 laps to go.
Really makes people want to go to the racetrack when they see people bored out of their minds.
And that's what's good for the race fans. You know, we're just going to go toe
Man,
to
if
toe
Friesen's
here.
third out of nowhere, I just realized that.
No, we're going to race to the checker flag.
John Hunter Nemechek, really nice job there.
Oh yeah, he was solid with that move at the end of the second stage, laying off of the other trucks and getting those huge runs. He's got that in his bank now. He knows exactly what he can do with the draft.
And who's right behind him?
The
Corey
guy
Hunt?
that he pushed to
The guy he pushed to win last year? Yes, that's him. Yes.
Big John Hunter's going, I think
I know that
I got
guy.
one coming to me.
It's my turn. It's
Let's
my
put
turn.
it together.
These drivers don't forget much of anything like that, Jamie. I think it's funny too.
Here they come to the dumb pit road entrance that's necessary on this track.
On the road, that's so under green. They have a feeling of how fast they need to get slowed down for that yellow line. That's when pit road speed starts. Get ready for this for the Xfinity race and the Cup race. This could be a big factor because anytime you're turning left around the corner like this,
How am I going to see who's pitting from the front stretch when I'm there tomorrow?
You see all them running around the outside of the racetrack. Obviously, if they went to the inside line, but they checked their speed on the outside line, then they would be running a shorter distance, and they would be speeding out pit road.
So again, the entrance there is in turn 3. Normally, out of turn 4, you drop down to pit road. They're all coming down. They're coming to you, Amanda.
Look at that long line of trucks making their way to us. I'm going to start with the 16 of Tyler Ankrum. Phil, you were right. They did not have to wait long to get that fuel.
Gas only on the 16, gas only on the 11. A lot of trucks are going to be coming in and out of their boxes really quickly here. Oh, yeah, there you go. Colby Howard claims Stuart Friesen on pit road. Well, that killed Friesen's race, Michael. Truck's fine, but he's lost his track position. And up front we have John Hunter Nemechek, Tyler Ankrum. Ben Rhodes goes to third place with Crafton in fourth behind him. Fuel only for the entire top 9. Purdy in 10th took 2 tires. Rhodes and Crafton gain a lot. Corey Heim's spotter or crew chief didn't do him any favors there, and Friesen's the one who gets victimized by it.
Your spotters and even your crew chief. Your crew chief needs to know who's around and who's where. There's nothing absolutely at all Corey Heim did wrong there. He went when he was told to go. And with the other truck coming in, you just got to have situations.
And they're right on the fuel window. Right on it.
The crew chief telling or spotter telling him what to do.
Depends on how many cautions fall, if any, which I'm sure there will be, and if we have overtimes. This is going to be close here at the end.
So he loses all his track position.
I wouldn't have minded changing 2 tires there and make sure I pack it full of gas, I guess, but Nemechek just barely got the lead on pit road.
Now he'll choose the outside. That made his life a little bit easier. Did it for John Hunter. And I'm sure Ankrum will pull right in behind him.
Yep. They'll line up behind him on the outside.
I hope Rhodes and Crafton pick the outside too, even if it puts them like 5th and 6th. It's better to be on that outside where you know it's just going to have the momentum, be fast right away. Save gas. Save gas all the way up into that green. Side by side, under caution during commercials so they can make sure we don't miss any kids in the crowd. You got Wood at 100-1. Hey, he's 6th right now.
Wow. There it goes again. Lining up on the outside.
7, 8, 9 trucks pick the outside line. Whoever's in 10th place is going to move up to the first row. Purdy.
Who used to drive the Ford truck.
9 trucks pick the outside.
A Chevrolet. It's not a Toyota.
That's right. So they're
Let's show you how dumb this is.
You better have your playbook out when you're trying to figure out.
Although as dominant as the top line is, it makes me very happy we have a choose rule for Atlanta and Daytona and Talladega now.
Chase Purdy's got a great attitude, a great spirit. Top 10 at Phoenix. Cool to see him right up front.
Really good run for Chase
52 to go. Oh, wreck on the bottom. Sanchez and Corey Haim. Haim's done for the day. Sanchez gets spun. Save gas. Yeah, Corey Haim's done.
And remember, the reason he's back there is because of the contact on pit road. He would never been in that position.
Sanchez just has some rear damage. He should be all right. They're knocking the grass out of the front end.
What that means is the leader waited and waited and waited to go.
Purdy was leading the inside line where this wreck happened, and yeah, he was dragging and dragging and dragging. He had DiBenedetto shove. Actually, it was Sanchez who just looked like he stopped.
He didn't really go. And then the
Can't believe Zane Smith got a piece of that, but his truck looked fine.
Damage oil coming out of that truck as well. You almost wonder if Nick Sanchez missed a gear. I thought maybe he was laying back, but it looked like he started to take off and then didn't. See if something happens there. Yeah. And it just piles them up behind.
It's amazing that Nick Sanchez basically hardly has any damage to the back of that truck. It went under him, and Corey Haim's truck is destroyed.
I don't know that he's gonna. Yeah, you see him falling back there. He just missed a shift or something. Something broke on the truck.
You guys see the retro radioactive they posted this week for the 2005 Atlanta Spring Race? I like those retro radioactives.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate for Corey Haim because see what happened if we figure out what happened to the two.
We see Corey Haim, last year's winner, out of the truck. Amanda.
Yeah, and what a shame. When I talked to him earlier ahead of the weekend, he described that day as just simply perfect. Said he had so much adrenaline, he didn't even remember the post-race interview on track. But yeah, just a disappointment from here at the team. You can see the laptops being shut. Gloves are being taken off, so you know that the 11 is done for the day. He did relay over to the team that he thought Nick Sanchez probably missed a shift ahead of him. And just
what it looked like. Two truck just didn't even go.
See Scott Ziffidelli, his crew chief there, packing it up. Thought they had a good truck, wanted to repeat here.
They were in a perfect spot. Did everything they could do, and either a mistake or a broken part on the two truck, messed everything up for them.
Jamie?
If you take a look at the number 4 truck of Chase Purdy, when you see it on our screen in just a moment, you might see some damage there. That was the result of him falling out of line right before that last round of pit stops, trying to pass 2 or 3 trucks at once, but his crew chief, Jimmy Villeneuve, very quickly was like, no. It is not time yet. I know it's tempting to try those moves, but we need to settle in. But now, at this point, we're 25 laps into our final stage here, 50 laps to go. It's time to start thinking about that once we go to green. What moves can you make in the end? Chase has tried it before, it didn't work out, but he has a little bit more experience now.
What do you say we get a word with old Chase Purdy? See what he's thinking. Bama Buggy's rig. Chase
Purdy went from 10th to 1st or 10th to 2nd on the choose.
I got you, Mikey.
Well, it's good to see you yesterday. The smile on your face. You said, I'm going to win this race, and you're in a position to do that. How do you execute from here?
Yeah, I think you just keep your nose clean and don't put yourself on the bottom to be hung out. Be there at the end. I think that, this is a lot like Daytona, Talladega. You're going to have to wait till the last lap and off of 4 to make your move, or at least halfway into turn 3, dictate your run.
All right, we can't wait to watch. Great job. Good luck, buddy.
10-4, thank you.
Let's hear what happened to Nick Sanchez in the 2 truck there on that restart.
Curtis, you didn't hit the kill switch on the steering wheel? No, definitely not, because when I spun out, I just fired it right up. Like I was going through the gears. I was in the middle of my first to second shift with power, and it just died. Like I launched on the back of a 25.
I agree.
Yeah, we saw those power.
But,
Yeah.
you know, I said it either broke something or...
Hey, yeah, Deacon's still going.
He's going with the... It broke
Yay!
side of
She's
that
18th with no chance to win this race, but she's out there.
An athlete in the middle of their event and get their perspective, or dial in their radio and hear what they're saying. So many great things about
It's a long call. There was a lot of oil and shit coming out of that 11 truck. He stayed on the apron now.
Everyone on that restart picked the outside line at the choose. He was the first truck that went to the inside, got a quick caution. Couldn't get much quicker. He was 9th before he chose. The top 8 took the outside, and here he is now going to restart second.
All right, 49 laps to go. We're going to step aside. You won't miss anything. Stay with us. Who will win today's race?
Wouldn't want to miss these caution laps. There's another little kid. That cameraman was zooming in on kids and then slowly had to zoom out because there was a wreck. He's like, oh, God damn it. I can't sit here and perv on these kids. I got to pay attention to the race. Damn it. Now Purdy's up to second, and he can just do the choose rule and line up second behind John Hunter. So, there you go. That top 6, at least, is going to take the outside, at least the first 6. We've seen Rhodes and Crafton be pretty steady with that all day long, and they're fast together. Look at the way that dumb Tony chick from Arca nods in that commercial. She's really good at nodding. She's better at nodding than she is driving, obviously. Yeah, Friesen's 13th. That wreck there was beneficial to him after he got shit on pit road. Still cleaning this shit up. Damn.
Welcome back to the Freight Auctions 208. Well, it's been an exciting one so far.
Good for the old fuel mileage.
For the 6th time. 47 laps to go, and remember, keep it here. Xfinity Series action coming up next. We're going to see a lot more of this.
Yeah, Tanner Gray, the 15, the 1 of Lane Riggs get together, teammates.
Got airborne here at Atlanta. Flying here, and then a dramatic finish to stage 1. Christian Eckes getting the win. We talked about it before the race started, Phil. A lot of strategy today. Right there, Crafton stayed out and gets the stage 2 victory.
They ran all 60 laps. Rakanori Ogata, the 46, turns around, makes slight contact with the inside safer barrier. And then this is when it all ended for, and had certainly ramifications, didn't it, Mike?
The beginning of the end for
Yes.
Corey Heim had been dominant, had a great pit stop, and then Sanchez doesn't go for some reason on the restart and into the back of the Corey Heim winner.
We're getting a report that
You know, that outside line is dominant, but if you're going to go from 8th to the front row, then hell yeah, you're going to go to the bottom. Because you might catch a quick caution, and then you get to pick from the top.
And that's how the day has ended now for the 11 of Corey Heim.
That does add a little bit of a wrinkle to this race.
Career win here a year ago. Fortunately, he'll have to wait till next year to try again at his home track.
Didn't that just racing feel the highest of high last year? Comes back a year later in contention to win again, and it's probably the worst feeling he's ever felt behind the wheel of a truck.
But John Hunter Nemechek was solid here a year ago. Led a lot of laps, won stage 2, then he had an issue.
Still
and then
riding around under caution.
Little teamwork to get Corey Heim that win, and now he's in position, but he lost his wingman.
he lost his teammate.
There's Daniel Dye. He's back on the lead lap, y'all. Just soldiering along.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for him. Obviously, they got whatever was wrong repaired on that truck. We're hearing that it was a coil pack. Remember, these engines are fuel injected. It was a coil pack that went bad. They were able to get it changed, got back on the lead lap. As you see, Christian Eckes on pit road. Christian was actually penalized on that last set.
They're running the Daytona road course this year? No. Kind of wish they were, but no, they're not.
On the 88, Amanda.
Well, Matt Crafton has raced in every trucks race here in Atlanta.
Oh my
He won
God.
in 2000.
They showed women of age on this broadcast. Isn't that crazy? That's a refreshing change.
If you want to, let it eat, buddy. Jamie?
Matt DiBenedetto running up in 4th right now. He started the race in 10th. They took 4 tires on the first pit stop, but they've been pretty quick on pit lane ever since then, doing fuel-only stops. And I talked to Matt before the race. He said, you know, we're still just a small team. We're doing big things this year. We've put a lot of work in, a lot of efforts gone into this number 25 machine, and it's starting to show right now. They did run in the top 10 back in Las Vegas before they had a mishap on pit lane. They put extra work into making sure they don't have any of those issues going forward, and it's all about consistency. He's been able to be consistently.
Track looks clear, but let's ride around under caution for a few more laps. What do you say?
Yeah, I talked to him, Phil, yesterday, and he was already.
Ooh, are we coming to the choose? We're coming to the choose. One to go. One to go.
Mentally with racing the truck series, I'm looking
No.
for a lot out of Matt and that team this year.
Yeah, Matt
Let's ride around under caution a little bit more, guys.
Top 10 of the year right now, running top 5. So we'll see if the 25 can hang on here.
Let's see if we can chat with our leader.
Good God Almighty, this caution.
Check Phil Parsons in the box booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got
God help us.
Well, Jamie and Michael and I are talking about how good your truck was last year, and you helped your teammate go to victory lane, and that same teammate was behind you. Same teammate from last year, Corey Heim, was behind you for a large part of this race, but you've lost him now. What's your strategy?
trying to stay out front, do whatever we can to stay out front. But the guys at Tricon Garage have definitely given me a fast, very bullet Toyota Tundra here today, DRG Pro. So just excited to be back in the Truck Series for one more time this year. Trying to go get a win out of it.
How was the racetrack, John Hunter? Is it similar to last year? Did it lose any grip? What are you feeling out there?
I can't exactly get you my secrets. Hopefully they go and transfer over to the Xfinity race later today. So all I can say is I have a really good truck right now.
All right, buddy, doing a great job. Appreciate it.
For the love of God, can this be the one to go?
He mentioned it right there. He doesn't want to
Please.
He's got another race coming up. He's the only double-duty driver doing the Xfinity Series. And by the way, he's starting.
I thought William Byron was supposed to be in this race.
And there's his Xfinity Series car and his team getting ready.
There's
over
the
there.
next Atlanta truck race. Oh, wait, no, there's only one, right? Never mind.
Well, Corey Heim is out
Must
of
have heard
the
something
race.
wrong.
Let's check in with them. Hey, Corey. See, you got the headset on there. You've been checked and released. Hate it for you. I know you wanted a repeat. What happened there on that restart?
Typically, once you get through first gear, I kind of look in the mirror and, try to block and make sure. I saw Zane was behind me. He's pretty aggressive, so I want to make sure he wasn't going to jump me at the line. And next thing I know, I look back, and the two, I don't know what happened. I mean, unless I just formed a really big run on him, but I think he had an issue. So really unfortunate for Tricon and my Safe Flight team. We had an okay truck today.
Did he rehearse this?
In the sequence before that, so if we still would have been up front, obviously that wouldn't have happened. But
I like how they don't even have an interviewer. They just put a headset on and say, "Talk about your race."
Pit road from your perspective.
With the fuel only stops and you only being on pit road for like 2 seconds, it's really.
Hold on, I got to play this Kyle Busch clip for you guys. 1 second. I'm trying to get my shit together. we got time, so. Well, I'm trying. If my phone will cooperate, I'm going to play this Kyle Busch clip. It's
completely lost any sense of respect in the garage area between drivers at all. And that's where the problem lies, is nobody gives two shits about anybody else. And it's just a problem where everybody takes advantage of everybody as much as they can. We're all selfish, granted. But there was an etiquette that once did live here. Mark started it. I think Tony really lived by it. I think Jeff lived by it. Bobby Labonte, Rusty for the most part, Dale Jarrett for sure, so I mean it did exist. That's gone.
That's Kyle Busch talking about driver etiquette. Yay, we got the one to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 trucks to the outside line. And the 51 of Jack Wood's going to be on the front row.
Jack Woods, the first guy in that number 51 truck to drive up toward the front. There you see Jack.
Jack had such a great run going at Phoenix last week, didn't he, Jamie? That looked like he had the best car. Looked like he was going to win that ARCA Menards race and got taken out.
Yeah, I love that he's racing in the ARCA series when he's not in the truck, because obviously he's sharing this 51 with Kyle Busch.
There's a little kid. Yay!
Some pressure. You jump back in this truck that goes to victory lane with your boss man, so you want to prove
Somebody tell that director for Fox to go ahead and bust a nut so we can get back to watching the race.
Now he's in the front row. So.
Now he's on the front row.
Yeah, that was the last time they came
gamble.
by. Exactly. Yep. Remember now that Ford truck is his teammate. Chase Purdy is a teammate to Jack Woods, so maybe you think Chase might let him in.
My stream's not loading on my phone, so I can't see comments if you've said anything.
It didn't work in the Daytona 500 when they tried to.
Yep, it's not loading.
Switcheroo or whatever Joey Logano.
I don't know if my stream's still on or not. My phone won't show me. I'm assuming it's still on, but I have no way to know. No, YouTube, I don't fucking care. Get my fucking stream back up. Dumb shit. Hey, we're back. Oh, Byron's in the New Hampshire Xfinity race. Yeah, I know that. All right, let's see how Jack Wood does on that front row on that inside. Didn't get a good start at all. Will it come back to him when they get to 1? Will he get a good enough push from Zane Smith? Zane Smith digging on the bottom. He's been a good pusher all day long.
Letting Jack in, pulling the old switcheroo. That wasn't going down, but what a
outside lines just really formed up. There's only 3 trucks on the bottom. They're done. No help for the 51 going into 3.
They better make it work on the bottom. There's nowhere to get in on the top, Michael.
A lot more trucks on the bottom this time. Ty Majeski.
Oh, little kid. We're doing split screen of 2 little kids cheering while the race is going on. They cut away from the race and did split screen to show 2 kids clapping. Matt DiBenedetto, 4th. He's up in the outside line. Ooh, boy. What a horrible camera cut that was. Missed a near wreck. That was Majeski getting shuffled out into the middle. Now he's stuck on the bottom. He's fucked. But Rhodes and Crafton have been glued together all day long, and they're just sitting there in the top line. 1 too many trucks behind, I think, to have a shot at this.
Earlier this year.
Good news is there's no real alliance in that top 5 except maybe the 2 and the 4. I mean, the 4 and the 51. The Ford's in second place, my bad. Truck in the wall. Further back. And he's hard in the wall now. Oh, God. Ain't no caution. They said caution's out. It's not out. They're like, hell no, we ain't throwing a caution for 1 truck. We got an Xfinity race to get in here in an hour. Now the caution comes out.
Trucks kind of went out of line off turn. See what happens here.
It's coming out of turn 2.
You see the 5 truck there in the middle of our screen. Ooh.
Oh, Lawless Allen walled the 5, and there you have it.
That's going to cut a tire down.
Hey, buddy.
That's such a shame.
Yeah, he gets into turn 3, and the tire's going to go down. Right front tire's going to go down.
I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. He just tried, just close racing and gets cut off.
Yeah, he got walled by Lawless Allen. He didn't do anything wrong.
There's a lot more take and a lot less give when we get inside of 40 laps to go here.
I'd be surprised if they can affect repairs enough to keep that tire from rubbing and blowing out again. He's coming down pit road.
A lot of damage to that truck.
Beck did a really good job. He stayed up in the 4th spot.
I bet he restarts on the outside this time. What do you think?
I think so too.
He made up that ground.
But it worked.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, just like it did for Purdy on the previous restart.
You're right.
Fuel mileage obviously not a concern.
We're going to go Xfinity racing this afternoon and then Cup racing tomorrow. Will it look a whole lot like this, where these restarts will be primarily chosen on the outside?
Well, I have to believe so, don't you think?
Quit.
A lot of kids out here today.
Oh, no shit.
So many.
A lot of kids out here today. You love to see it. Said the camera operator.
Doubleheader here.
Nobody fucking cares, man.
Doubleheader in Atlanta.
Nobody fucking cares who's at the race. Talk about the race.
It is. Started off.
Show the race. Put that energy into actually showing what happens on the track.
Love that. Well, it's a mirror of last year.
Only
Started
better.
off the season, yes.
Yeah.
What type of name is Lawless Allen? I've been wondering that myself.
Last year was DQ'd for an illegal lug nut, which was really not a competitive advantage. Certainly against the rules and oversight by the guys, but no such bad news last time out in Las Vegas. He held on to that 2nd spot.
And I
A
think,
little redemption, I think, for
Oh,
Vegas.
there's a lot of kids there.
Second behind Kyle Busch.
and I think we're going to hear a lot more out of him. Oh, it's a bluebird.
He's trying to hold on tight.
Yeah.
Beautiful little bird.
We're waiting for the finish here.
This is interesting. You can see a couple of patches or some tar that's been put on the track. That shows you this track was so dark here a year ago, and just one summer has just drawn some of the grip out of this road, and I think that's why racing is going to be so interesting throughout the whole weekend.
Well, that's why I tried to ask John Hunter how the track compared to
How'd that
last
go?
year. They're not too well. He told me he knew what he was talking about. He had tricks, and he was going to use them on the Xfinity.
Oh
car.
man, they're getting their fill of these kids under this caution. Isn't this great?
Family all out here in the stands watching the racing.
John Hunter Nemechek, he is all in. He works so hard at his craft on physical fitness, on what he needs to do behind the wheel. He's done a really nice job in this 17 truck, who, by the way, he's been filling in for Taylor Gray. Taylor, because he's 17, will turn 18 on race day at COTA.
So you're saying if Taylor Gray was in the stands today, he'd have his own cameraman because he's under 18, right? Is that what you're saying?
Get the win here today and fire that team up.
Already a winner in the Xfinity Series this year.
You know, if I'm Taylor Gray, I'm happy. Yeah, this is the kind of truck I've got. Wait till I get behind the wheel.
I'm not happy. I'm at home watching my truck lead the race. Who the fuck would be happy about that? Like, motherfucker, I'd want to be in it.
Pace truck continues making his way around. Well, we promised it would be exciting. We'd have a lot of action. It'd be a super speedway style
It's been
race.
mostly under caution,
I
but
think
you know,
everything is we talked about is
we
lived
can
up
barely
to
see the race.
strategy. We talked about pitting early. The only reason to do better than that is not pit at all, and that's what the 3 ThorSport trucks did. Again, once they got in their window in the 3rd stage, they all came to pit road. They don't have to pit anymore, so we're going to battle it out to the end.
I've got breaking news. It's just going to get more and more intense. Every lap that goes by, these guys are going to push and shove, and they won't just settle for being on the low line. They'll try to crowd their way into the upper groove. So the action will definitely pick up, but also love learning. We saw John Hunter Nemechek do that at the end of that 2nd stage, fell off the truck ahead of him. People take note of that, especially the spotters, and say, okay, that's what you're going to have to do if we're going to make these moves. Do they wait till the last lap on the turn 3 to do it, or do they do it with a couple of laps to go? That's the question.
Absolutely. You know, all those drivers who are coming up next for the Xfinity Series are watching. The Cup Series drivers are watching as the choose. I think that's really been paramount today.
Yeah, it's very important, especially with what we're seeing in the truck. Be different with the aero packages of the other cars, but it'd still be really interesting to see if it plays out where the top is such an advantage.
And I like the fact that the bottom of the last 2 restarts has worked for the guys that chose the bottom. They moved way up from like 8th or 9th, and the bottom worked because they got a quick caution.
All right, Chase Purdy, we've talked a lot about him. Let's hear what they're
Oh my
thinking.
God, they showed trucks on the track for more than 30 seconds without cutting to a kid. It's a new personal best.
Keep working on that. Wide open right there. And it's his job to keep it backed up to me because he knows he's going to break away. You know what I'm saying? I agree. But they're not going to pass him. I get it. There's insurance for him, but not for me. But keep up what you did right there on the restart and all that. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. That's what you want to hear. Hey, phenomenal. Just do it again.
For 35 more laps.
Jamie?
Ride around under caution some more.
The number 51, Jack Wood, right now. That chassis is the same truck that's won here the last 2 years. Jack's been able to stay inside of the top 5 with it so far. We have 35 laps to go, planned until the checkered right now. It's part of a 13-race schedule for him. We will see Kyle Busch back behind the wheel of this number 51 next week at COTA. And, you know, for Jack, he was talking about how on that last restart, he didn't feel like he did a great job. He said that he just got a little too out of it, so he's going to do a better job of it this time. It worked for him, though, because he did have a good push from Zane Smith in the number 38 that was behind him, but he's taking these opportunities, learning all of the lessons that he can, and just staying in constant communication with his team. It's been interesting. Amanda?
Jamie, I'm sure you know that every driver has their own little routines pre-race, and when I caught up with Ben Rhodes, he was eating 2 massive steaks to get ready for race day. But in describing the Atlanta experience, he said that it is absolutely hectic out there, extremely turbulent when you're in the momentum. He said that it's almost like Vegas in cold weather with a touch of Daytona. But as you guys in the booth were talking about the decision to go to the bottom, he was having this conversation with his crew chief, who relayed back, you're going to need someone aggressive there behind you to make it work. And Ben simply said, do we have a crystal ball?
Mr. Personality, Ben Rhodes.
He is so much fun. Louisville, Kentucky's Ben Rhodes.
Best championship winning speech I've seen ever.
Oh, another little kid. They couldn't resist.
Kids having a good time.
Oh my God, these kids are having so much fun, guys. Have we mentioned that? Have we mentioned that the kids are having so much fun? You were watching Kids on Fox.
And Matt Crafton's going to come along with him.
Crafton goes to the bottom. Well, his race is fucked.
Least experience and the most as you can have lining up one.
Guys, did you know these kids at this race are having a lot of fun, even though most of them are yawning and not even watching the actual race? Exhilarating stuff here on Fox.
So if we hook up,
we'll be faster. Bailey Curry rolls up into the
hey, show those kids again. I don't give a fuck where they're lining up. Show the kids. You haven't done that nearly enough.
That issue on pit road that Corey Haim essentially ruined his day.
keep it right here.
They're going to cut from this ad for the Xfinity race and show a kid immediately. They got enough time to show about 30 more kids before we get back around to the green flag here. So hurry up, Voss. Get it in. Come on now. There you go. I told you. They came right out of the Xfinity ad to show the kid.
So one guy has a chance for
there you go.
double victories. We'll see if John
called it. It's like I'm in the fucking production truck with them.
This year in the Xfinity Series.
But if he wins,
come on, you haven't shown nearly enough. They're in turn 3, man. You can show a few more.
Get back to work.
Just say, mail me the trophy. I'm going to go get another one. Or just hold on to it till after the Xfinity race.
That's right. I'll come in. I'll answer all your questions.
Talked about Stuart Friesen making some decisions to get up on that lower line to gain some track position. Haley Deegan's been running still inside the top 20. She's had a good run. Raja Caruth also charging. There you can see
Raja
Haley came right up behind Stewart. That puts her in the top 10. There's Raja.
We get it.
Foundation truck. Here we go.
He's over 18. Why are you excited about looking at him? And that outside line's much more together already. I think Crafton killed his own race. Shout out to Ben Rhodes for being like, I'm not going to the fucking bottom with you. Ben Rhodes played the selfish move, and it's going to pay off. Crafton, there's nowhere to get up in there. Zane Smith's in that outside now. If the bottom line would just stay together, it's like nobody can hold it steady on the bottom.
He didn't get any help from behind either. But now they're seeming to rally a bit.
I mean, a lot of guys just bail on it straight up, but the trucks that are down there just don't even stay aligned. It's like they can't stay with each other. Everybody in that top line wiggled there going into one. You see that?
You can see them coming. You get down there and use that momentum.
Now, who cares about this? What are the kids doing in the stands?
It looked like Matt Crafton was going to try to go through the middle, and that would have hung Jack Wood out.
John Hunter Nemechek now has led the most laps in today's race, 38 and counting.
4 trucks on the bottom. They're up to first, but there's only 4 of them. Come on, somebody from further back, get down there. Zane Smith was peaking. He stayed up there. Now, Ben Rose, you can just stay up top. I don't care what kind of momentum the bottom 4 have right now. They're not going to last. Stay in the top.
He's poking around, moving that nose around.
I think side drafting a bit, trying to to slow the outside lane down.
Trying to draw them.
Crafton's going to have to push that 51 so much he'll overheat if he wants to stay competitive up here. Oh, shit. 41 I thought was going to get turned by Friesen. 51 got 2-3 car lengths ahead of the 88 down the front stretch, and it cost them all. But they're fighting hard on that bottom now. They're not giving up on it. All 4 of them are not giving up. Now there's 5. Sanchez is tucked in behind them.
I don't think I can hold my breath that long.
Tyler Ankrum there in the 16 on the outside.
Wood is making miracles happen right now. I don't know how he's doing it.
He's strong. He's got a lot of experience.
Now, you know,
A little more jostling around. Oh, they shuffled Crafton to the middle. Now that bottom line's really dead, and Crafton's going to get the worst of it. He got put to the middle.
Be interesting to see if St. Jack Wood will, instead of pulling out to that big gap, Phil, if he tried to get on the
4 wide, Crafton, Friesen, Majeski,
Matt Crafton continues to go
and then
backwards.
Sanchez, and
Wide. He's not getting
then Eckes was on their outside. That was the 4 wide. Crafton's 3 wide in the middle, going to the back. Yeah, Crafton, he killed his race by picking the inside. I don't know why he did it. And he does look slow. Now there's about a 7 truck advantage on that outside.
Bailey Curry pushed, but he can't quite go anywhere. It's all falling apart down there.
Yeah, there's Friesen. Let's see if Friesen stays down there with him. There's just nowhere to go.
We've got a 1-lane super speedway track. Way to go, NASCAR.
Outside, I'm looking at that 51.
We have a 1-lane super speedway.
I think I can get there if I get in front of the 51. He just keeps hanging in there with very little help.
Yeah, I don't want him to think about
Quit zooming the fucking camera in. Damn, they come off the corner and they just zoom in. Trying to see what's going on in front of them and behind them, too.
just pedaling the throttle in that draft. You're able to stay up with
They're just so used to zooming the camera in today because they've been looking for the kids. You know, they can't get their fucking hands off the button. One hand on their cocks and one hand on the button to zoom in when they see a kid.
So much information is relayed from
They're dying right now during this green flag run that they can't show any. Somebody in the production truck's back, and oh, come on, can I show a little? Can we zoom in a little?
All those laps earlier.
Come on, man, it's been 5 laps. I'm dying over here. I'm blue balling,
Strategy got him off just a little bit.
says the camera operator. He's begging his director right now. Inside's making a comeback. 4 trucks again.
A little more organized once again.
Wood,
4 trucks in a row.
Curry, Friesen, and Sanchez. Like I say, Crafton's falling off the face of the earth.
He's done a great job.
Slow truck on the apron going to pit road.
Look at the 4th truck in line on the inside. The 2.
We got an hour to run 25 laps. Do you bet that? Oh, Jesus, Curry turned sideways, tried to get under the 51, didn't get there. Outside line's going to surge a little bit again here off of that. 51's 2 truck lengths ahead of the 41.
Yeah, I can't imagine bailing on
They're making a hell of an effort on this bottom here. Here's a full screen replay.
See if the 52 of Friesen looks like he is.
Bumps
he
at the
did
end of
get
the
back
dog
of
leg.
Bailey Curry. That's why Bailey went to the inside. He was not trying to make a pass on Jack Wood.
I wouldn't pass Jack Wood right now. He's the glue that's holding that bottom lane together in my eyes.
The 51 must have insane speed. Nobody's been able to do this all day. Now there's 5 trucks on the bottom. Eckes is joined in behind Sanchez and Friesen.
Down there, Nick Sanchez, as you mentioned, Jamie, and now Christian Eckes. The Napa truck
Starting to even up
inside line.
a little bit,
With the 2. They had issues on pit
especially
road.
at the center of the corner. It's the shortest way around.
They were able to
It's just off the corner down the straightaways, but it looks like Wood's going to lead this lap maybe. I couldn't see. They cut away for a horrible angle. I think Nemechek led the lap, but damn, Wood pulls ahead. Wood can clear the 17 if he wants.
since the restart.
Clear him.
Lead and he
Clear him. Get off that bottom.
Bailey Curry with him. Stuart Friesen.
You got up there, now ditch the bottom. Get up to the lead.
Curry to pull him back, but Friesen's going to try to push him forward.
Oh, man.
There you go. Oh, Friesen's washing up in the middle of the corner.
Up the hill.
That opens up the
3 wide. Sanchez, Friesen, Ankrum. They cut to some lady in the crowd. Nobody cares.
Knows what she's seeing.
I don't care. She's wearing a Stuart Friesen shirt. That's pretty cool, I guess, but still. And she's of age. 3 wide again. Sanchez, Friesen, Rhodes now. Now Rhodes is getting the fucking shaft. Surges around that outside. Oh, we got a spinner in front. Oh, Jack Wood got turned.
Wood goes around.
In-figure spins to avoid him. Keeps it out of the wall. They both save it.
Was it a push gone?
Well,
17 gets behind you, spins you out.
Wood got spun from the lead by Nemechek. Shocking to see someone get spun by Nemechek, right?
John Hunter Nemechek is what the radio said. John Hunter Nemechek said.
And Nemechek reclaims the lead with that move.
Is what we overheard on the radio.
Well, luckily there was no damage.
Yeah, nobody got wrecked there. The 51 saved it. So did the 23. Check the damage on Nemechek's nose if he hit him hard enough. Way to miss it, Fox. Battle for the lead, and you miss it. Hunter pushing him out of the corner. Got on his left rear a little too much. Goddamn Eckes avoided that. Damn, my cat-like reflexes.
Well done by Eckes and by Jack Wood.
And John Hunter's excuse will be he's inexperienced. He didn't handle the push well, but sometimes
Nah, he was on his left rear.
the grisliest of veterans can't handle a push that comes off that left rear.
Yeah.
The left rear is a very, very
sensitive area.
Yes, it is.
Push.
Get a bird's eye view of it here.
That was starting to get really good.
Christian's gonna have an eyeful right here.
Hate to see that damn caution.
Oh,
Whoa! That onboard for Eckes.
that was amazing.
Let's look at the hands.
Oh gosh.
The driver's eye.
Why is that shit at the bottom of the screen popping
Riding
up? Blocking part of my leaderboard.
Whoa, here we go. Just that quick, and he was by. Look at him shaking his head.
He said, I can't believe I missed him.
Now this is where it seemingly went wrong. Gets down to the left, lower side, left side.
Yeah, about a third of the way over, it looked like.
Surgical precision there. Way to go, John Hunter.
Just a nudge. All it was a nudge, but that was enough to get Jack turned around.
How did they all save it?
I'm just telling you, that's impressive, and we can regroup.
There's our freezing.
Okay, we get it. She likes Stuart Friesen. We fucking get it. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Breaking news, no one cares. Did you know that nobody fucking cares?
He's being shown now in the 7th spot. I think it would have got much worse if we'd have run another lap or two.
Does anyone pit here? I mean, obviously the ones in the accident.
No.
Stuart Friesen, and you already slid up.
Michael Waltrip's a fucking moron. Anybody pit here, you think? No.
Get some tires, maybe?
Boy, I'd hate to give up
No.
that position.
Why the fuck would you even ask a stupid question? Motherfucker raced in Cup 20 years and he's asking dumbass questions like, anybody got a pit here? Oh, man, I think it would be a brilliant strategy if John Hunter, Chase Purdy, Tyler Rankrum, Bailey Curry, and Matt DiBenedetto all pitted. That'd be a brilliant strategy for me. Oh, man, pit road's open. The suspense is killing me. Will anybody pit? Oh, look at that. They all stayed out. What a shot. Dude, that fat guy's about to break that fucking scaffold he's standing on.
I told you the infield, it's strong. A lot of campers. There was a lot of parties last night.
You don't think he was in one of them, do you? One of the parties?
Oh, look, they're talking about something else nobody cares about. What a shot.
You saw the 35 truck going around the top. He's going to get the free pass, get him back to 1 lap behind, and said he had a problem with his suspension. And
okay, now they're giving us a break from the kids. They're showing old people.
I would think there would be.
Yeah. Maybe that'll give him a chance to be back on the lead.
How many in that group claim to stop watching NASCAR as soon as Dale died that still show up at the track every year?
The start of the race, about 53 degrees, but the wind chill, the wind's still blowing. Say it feels about lower 40s right now. What's Chase Purdy thinking inside that Ford truck?
No way. We're going to win this race. I don't want the line for that guy. No, I'm just...
You can't trust John Hunter. The Ford team's got the right idea. You can't trust that little bastard.
I would stick with that guy till we get down towards the end of the race.
No, I'm shuffling the 17 out as soon as I can. If I'm Chase Purdy, I'm going to shuffle his ass out, hang on his fucking left rear.
I mean, even when Jack Wood got in front of him, it was only one truck that got in front of him. Then Nemechek was obviously right behind him. Chase right behind Nemechek again.
You should kind of give it up for Bailey Curry in the third position, driving for Al Neese Motorsports. Done a great job.
There he is, right there.
Texas driver.
Well, we talked about Matt Benedetto running top 5. Jamie, what are they saying?
Well, in that last green flag run, Matt Benedetto was back behind Tyler Ankrum in the number 16 and was a little frustrated over the radio. He said the reason that Jack Wood was able to build up that lower line and get to the lead of the race was because Tyler Ankrum wasn't staying close enough in the line that he was in. So he's trying to, communicate a little bit. We got to stay bunched up. We've got to work together here if we're going to stay in a line. But certainly once they choose, he's got some things on his mind.
Sometimes
Michael, I agree.
Able to do that as well. He could have some issues that's keeping that truck from really tucking up.
This entire caution I haven't shown any kids.
But a lot of times you don't care about all that, Phil. Nor do you.
Why are we riding around under caution? 2 trucks spun and didn't hit anything, and we're going to ride under caution for 20 minutes. That should have been caution's out, get the pace car in front of them, open pit road, nobody pits, come around, 1 to go. But no, we've ridden around under caution for 5 laps.
Talked about the damage that really took Corey Heim out of the
Nobody
race.
hit anything.
And not that much damage to Sanchez's truck. And the 38 of Zane Smith looks the same way as the back of the 2 of Sanchez.
A little bit different style racing next week. Racing.
Oh, it's so
Circuit
fun.
The Americas.
That's
What
a
great
event.
facility. What a great facility, too.
It's more than just a race. It's an event. It's one of those places where you want to go check out the racetrack, see all the fun things that are happening downtown. And by the way, 3 wide passes for the lead on the last lap.
And oh, by the way, that was video of that, too.
And breaking news, Kevin Harvick will be in the booth with us at Circuit of the Americas. So looking forward to that.
Kevin's doing a nice job in his farewell tour, running really well.
How cool was
Thought
that?
he was going to win Phoenix.
How cool was that at Phoenix?
Yeah.
I think everybody there was pulling for him. There's the 4. NASCAR champion Kevin Harvick. What a career it's been for him.
And the news this week, he's going to do it one more time in the 29.
The All-Star race, right?
North Wilkesboro. He announced that.
I heard that 29 Busch Beer diecast for Kevin Harvick is selling like crazy for Lionel. Oh my God, finally the choose rule. We could have done this like 2 or 3 laps ago, but
Michael,
you know.
Remember, back in 2001, what this place, that day meant for Kevin Harvick. And
Nemechek top, Sanchez bottom, Rhodes bottom. I don't know, Ben. There's good trucks on the bottom. I like Rhodes' chances. I like Eckes. It's just tough. I feel like I'm not going to have any shot to win any money now. God knows you get in front of John Hunter. He's just going to spin you out.
Also had flat tires, so they are at the back of the pack, but they do have fresh tires.
And I'm wondering, we see trucks moving around. Stuart Friesen slid up into the middle. I'm just wondering if with the fast truck that Jack Wood has and those new tires, could they become factors again? Got to do it in a hurry.
Michael, tires don't mean shit. He's too far back. The 51 is not going to be a factor. I wish he was, for Michael's sake, but he's not going to. My God, them tires might mean something. No, they don't. They don't mean shit. That's why nobody's pitting, except the guys who spun and got flat tires.
There's no damage on Jack's truck. No contact with anybody.
See what he can do with it here. He's good enough, found his way through strategy.
Look at them. They're panning. They're looking for kids. No kids in that shot. Have to go to another camera, guys. Oh, there's one. Oh, you cut away.
And look at that. John Hunter.
Shocking they cut away.
On the outside,
That is zooming in immediately.
Sanchez on the inside.
Sanchez is, I don't like having Sanchez in front of Ben Rhodes, and already they're stacking up a little.
Be more organized and keep it together here.
Don't miss a shift.
They're tight down there, Jamie.
Push. 99. Push. Don't fucking lift for nothing. And he's got Ickes up his ass. Oh, hell yeah. It's working. And the two trucks on the outside don't have much help at the moment. And Sanchez clears John Hunter. There you go, Sanchez. Now the inside's kind of died. Now the strength's up in the top because Sanchez cut off the 17. Rhodes leads the bottom, shortest way around. Come on, baby. Yes! Clear! We got it! For now. 14 to go. I got a chance. And John Hunter's been shuffled back to 4th. Out inside line, still trying to make it happen, but I'm glad my truck's up front on the top. Let's see what happens. Ickes is really good, though. Ooh. Hocevar or somebody got loose. Kept it out of the wall. Sanchez slingshots to the bottom going into 3.
Sanchez says, no, we've been through a lot. I want to lead this race. He takes it. Nick Sanchez.
Where's the speed? Where's this speed come from for Sanchez? 13 to go.
Exactly what we have, Phil. These guys have found a way to make the bottom work. It's no longer appears to be that much of an advantage to be up top. You see John Hunter.
All it took was some serious commitment to make that bottom just good enough. Just good enough to get the lead truck in front. Oh, my God. Now Sanchez can take the top again if he wants. Oh, they shot the 4, shuffled out John Hunter. We got trucks in the back. And right as the 4 was shuffling out John Hunter, a caution comes out. Damn it.
Caution comes out.
It was
damn it. Simpsons did it. Oh, Hocevar. He didn't have to stop to make a caution this time. It was a legit caution. Look at all the damage on the rear of the 42. Now we're going to ride around under caution until 2 to go. We're at 12 to go now. They'll ride around under caution until 2 to go to make it a green white checkered. You know they want to. Sanchez clearly had the lead at the time of caution. I think Ickes was 2nd and Ben Rhodes was 3rd.
Carson was running in 13th position and it just went wrong back there. It looked like, you know, I said truck slipping around.
Infinger was slow coming to the pits already. What was going on with him? He was ahead of the crash coming to pit road.
Allen. Matt Crafton, did he avoid damage? It looks like he did.
Crafton got a little bit of it. He plowed into the back of Lawless Allen. But, yeah, Hocevar got the worst of that. And, yeah, Nemechek got extremely lucky. His ass was getting shuffled out. Way to go, Chase Purdy.
Nice job. Getting out of the gas. Spotter called down and said, we got to go low. We got to crash ahead. He's able to pull low.
It looked like Grant was already down on the apron. I don't think Grant was involved in that incident, but he certainly has damage.
Let's listen in on the 2 and Nick Sanchez.
He's better. He was better on that last restart than he was earlier. They're bitching at him about his restarts and his decision making.
That's Derek Nealon, spotter.
Derek Nealon's practically driving the truck for Sanchez the way he's talking.
He understands every move that's being made on these big tracks. Watching from the spotter stand and making those quick calls.
Yeah, he spots for Kyle Busch now this year in the Cup Series.
There's their view from above.
The spotter stand, a chilly place to be, a lot of action.
Yep, we're going to ride around till 2 to go. And then we're going to have 35 overtimes and a red flag. Prove me wrong. I like how the inside just would not work all day, and now it's like dead even with the top, and they don't even need as many trucks. Oh, we're back. And we're still not coming to the shoes.
They're going to get crazier, and it started on a restart at about lap 80 or so. You can see Nick Sanchez looked like his day's in jeopardy. Now where is he?
His truck just stalled on the racetrack on the restart. Corey Heim with nowhere to go ran into the back of him. Dean Thompson gets squeezed into the outside wall.
And then around goes Jack Wood off the bumper of John Hunter Nemechek, turn 2. But watch the driving by Christian Eckes slipping by there. Carson Hocevar squeezed into the wall.
Yeah, our most recent incident, Matt Crafton might have got a little piece of that in 45. Lawless Allen as well. We saw the 23 of Grant Enfinger was already on the apron. Something had happened to Grant.
It's been a wild day for Nick Sanchez, the rookie. His first experience here. And reminder, they didn't have any practice, didn't have qualifying here. So he's been learning as he goes. And they've had issues, but they've overcome. And he's our race leader.
Fast truck. You see Jack Wood, he got back to 20th. Restarted back in the 28th spot after that spin we just showed a moment ago. He's cautioned, like he needed a caution, but the caution laps he does.
Jack Wood vows to get payback on John Hunter Nemechek.
Jamie?
Well, Nick Sanchez, you called him the rookie.
I wish he had time to get back up there. Well, the Nemechek might get shuffled back to him for all we know. Remember when I said we're going to ride around till 2 to go?
51 won that race, and so he did get, as part of Rev Racing and the KBM partnership, he got to sit in on a post-race debrief with Kyle Busch, and he said he learned
Michael, after Knoxville the year before last, I think that ruined the truck series for me forever. That's why I have such a shitty attitude when I do these races.
Coming into the race today, he said, I can't just be stagnant out there. We've got to actually build on something. He's been able to do that despite the issues that they have had, and you see him now leading.
Yeah, Nick also told me that Kyle talked to him after that race in Vegas because he was racing around Kyle. So Kyle got a good feel.
So we're coming up on 5 laps of caution now for this one. Now this one I kind of understand, but the previous one we had way too many laps for a 2-truck spin where nobody hit anything.
He has. He's really done a nice job.
And yeah, they're patching the nose on Crafton's from where he hit Lawless Allen.
We saw the damage Matt Crafton got on that incident with Carson Hocevar and Lawless Allen, but Nick has done a great job. So impressive in the Arthur Menard Series last year. Our champion won a number of races. You know, he's won on a racetrack like this. It's at least at Talladega he's won, so he knows how to do this kind of super speedway drafting racing.
Christian Eckes after that near miss up to second. This is going to be quite the finish. I don't think that our...
Well, however many laps of a finish we get a chance at.
Cautions of 9 is safe here today. I believe there's going to be one more.
We're going double digits.
I think we're probably going overtime.
Talked about Women's History Month being celebrated right there on that number 13 truck, and that's Haley Deegan.
You talked about this about 35 times today.
She really done a nice job.
Yeah, she really done a nice job by doing absolutely nothing.
We're getting ready for choose here. I wonder who else.
Yay, we're going to have 6 laps. They didn't ride around to 2 to go like I thought they would. The choose is coming.
Yeah, I do too. I'd be surprised if it goes
Sanchez outside, Eckes outside, Rhodes inside with Rajay Caruth.
Nope, I'm going down there with you.
Well, we saw that, Phil.
And Purdy to the bottom. There's good trucks there. Rajay's kind of come out of nowhere here with a shot at this.
The last couple of restarts, and so
that'd be pretty cool.
I think just the aggression level of getting down there and pushing is what's different.
They were organized that last restart.
Yeah. I think the first thing that changed it was the speed of Jack Wood. He got down there and really had a lot of speed and went there. People said, well, if we get down there and organize properly, we can do the same thing.
Amanda?
Well, I was listening to the conversation between Ben Rhodes and his team about what line to take, and he said, hey, we got to take this front row if we can get it. The only kind of concern there was who was going to jump behind him, and the concern was the 24 of Rajah Caruth, who did end up behind
Rajah. They love saying his name. Yeah, that's the one X factor here. I like having Rhodes on the front row, but Rajah's behind him, and he's not been up front in these situations at this level Really.
Chris Lambert, who works with Denny Hamlin, and he's hoping to apply core issues here to the race today. But Rajah Caruth, originally born in Atlanta, has a ton of family here on hand watching him right here on the second row.
Yes, he does.
What a great experience for that family to be here and be in a position to watch him battle for this win here late.
What he may lack in experience, he makes up in effort. He's really a student of the sport.
6 to go.
So many friends.
There will be more yellows.
Now on the second row on this restart.
If you don't want a rookie pushing you, don't be in the truck series.
There's a lot of them.
Oh, pretty even. Actually, Rhodes gets a good jump on the bottom. Good job. Clear, clear, clear. Take it, take it, take it. Go to the top, go to the top, go to the top, go to the top. Yeah, he could have went to the top. He stayed on the bottom. Yeah, it was a really good push, but both lines are even. Now there's a hell of a push with Eckes and Sanchez. Eckes has a really good truck. And the bottom just broke up. They shuffled out Rajah behind Ben Rhodes. That's going to hurt Ben Rhodes' opportunity. John Hunter suddenly back into third place, so beware. Eckes has a really good truck. They shuffled Rajah out. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. 5 to go. Sanchez, Eckes, Nemechek, Rhodes in fourth on the bottom, just hanging on. Just keep your foot in it. You got Purdy pushing. He's a good pusher. Oh, no, he's too good of a pusher. Look out. What a save by Rhodes. And hell, it might have worked for him. Rhodes got shoved up off the bottom into the top line, which pushed John Hunter Nemechek out 3 wide, and Rhodes is still in third. Caution's out for what?
Caution is out for the 10th time. We do break the record.
For what?
Officially, the most caution flags.
Oh, isn't that exhilarating? The whole fucking race under caution.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Hocevar again. Let me guess. Hocevar's team, desperate to beat the damaged vehicle policy, didn't patch their shit up and went back out there, and the shit fell apart. Now there's debris everywhere, and that's what the caution's for. Thank you, NASCAR.
That truck has significant.
Yeah, that needed to be a truck that tried to go back on the racetrack, guys. It really did. Jesus fucking Christ. I hate this sport sometimes.
So Nick Sanchez,
and the dumbest shit happens in the truck series.
Eckes, I mean,
Damaged vehicle policy sends the race to overtime.
Running up front today as well.
I tell you, I
Awesome.
haven't seen anything out of Nick Sanchez that tells me that he can't do this.
That's exactly right. And the big break, the move that Christian Eckes makes. Imagine if he could
This is
win
so fucking stupid.
in the Napa truck in Atlanta. What a big deal that would be. First of all,
Honestly, they could probably restart this with 2 to go and avoid overtime, but we know they're going to run it out as far as they can so they can do 30 overtimes.
all that and get this victory. It's going to be a great finish.
This drafting style.
It's going to be a great finish 2 hours from now when it actually happens.
I don't know if there's any clean trucks up there. Everybody's had their issues today, just like you see at Talladega and Daytona.
Oh, the old damaged vehicle policy.
Wood. We know how fast that truck is. He's got another caution. Can he get into position to get the victory?
Yeah, well, our leader right now for Rev Racing, of course, they have that alliance with Kyle Busch Motorsports. I'm sure
Brock Beard just tweeted, you know, it's funny how they're showing adult fans in the stands. Someone must have got a tap on their shoulder to knock it off and show some diversity.
Oh, the Xfinity race. What's that thing called, Joey? The Okie Dokie? Ah, I got it. That's right. That's when they switch on the restarts. And we didn't see it today, but we might see it in the Xfinity race coming up.
We've seen some Okie Dokies. And by
Man, if you want to see a 5-year-old girl eat a lollipop, this is the broadcast for you.
So, on the pole tomorrow, but he'll be in the booth.
For all you perverts out there.
From the racetrack to the booth. Everything that's happening in Atlanta, Joey and those guys will have their hands all over it. Andy tries to politely crouch out of the way.
I see Adam Alexander, and it looks like, is it Daniel Suarez back there with Adam?
Danny. Mi amigo.
Our amigo.
Oh, there's fucking Harry Potter. I mean, oh, wait, that's Joey Logano. He found the right volume for that hair. Man, he and Suarez have the same hair now. Logano and Suarez have the same hair.
Stat guys, Russell, Jimmy, they're thinking, what happened to our camera time?
These guys keep us honest. A lot of moving parts on a day like today where you have the Cup Series qualifying, and then we went straight into the truck race, and then you got the Xfinity race coming up. Long hours.
Uh-oh, here's the Xfinity ad, and they're going to cut to a girl in the crowd, right?
So thank you so much.
What a great job they do here.
How about Rich Gross?
Here it comes any second now. Next camera cut's going to go to the crowd.
Working with Rich.
Yeah. I want to say hello to our regular producer, Mark Smith. Due to a family issue, is not here.
Nobody cares.
He'll be back next week.
Well, whoever's there in his place is doing a terrible job, Phil. I'm sorry.
Cloud cover all of a sudden.
We are officially going to NASCAR overtime.
There it is right there. 2 laps.
And now for another one of the dumbest rules in NASCAR. Overtime.
No,
We've seen it all in the last 5 minutes. Damaged vehicle policy and now overtime.
They're practicing, Phil.
Two of the biggest detriments to NASCAR racing,
Yeah, I saw this light still on.
especially on super speedways.
It said, well, they're not choosing, and then one went to the inside, one went to the
Plus, they're not going to choose that fast. We got to drag this out for no reason. What are you talking about?
Time for this young man right here to think
We
about
got to drag it out, Phil.
And we know he's going to choose first.
And we know
We
who
must
he
hold
is.
the audience hostage and make them stare at little kids all day.
And then Christian Eckes, who's been so strong,
This race shit just has to get in the way of that.
overcome a penalty.
Look at that pitted windshield. He has to try to look through. That's exactly what it feels like when you're behind the wheel.
No way. That's exactly what it looks like. I mean, it makes sense, given the cameras on the helmet, and you're looking out of your helmet, Michael.
Last year,
Mikey.
so it's been a while for him. New crew
Ben
chief
Rhodes
this
was
year.
going to be. I was really irritated by that last caution. I felt like Rhodes was in a better spot by almost getting spun. He got
17 truck.
loose off the corner, and it shoved everybody out wide and put Nemechek out 3 wide. And then, sure enough, caution, got to save Nemechek's ass again.
KBM.
I'm so glad I ran into him yesterday down in the garage.
The
He's
the
like
two most
the
perfectly timed
most
cautions
energetic
ever have
guy
saved John
I've
Hunter's
seen.
race.
This is a great story. Everybody knows that this is a talented racer, and this opportunity for these motorsports is a great chance for the Driftwood, Texas driver to take advantage of.
San Bernardino, California. Call him the country.
I've been
boy. He's
there.
on a farm in North Carolina now.
There's Matty D.
Matty D's got bigger arms than any other driver in the field.
Choose rules. Sanchez outside. Eckes bottom. Rhodes bottom. Nemechek outside. Nemechek's going to win the race. He's going to drive straight through fucking Nick Sanchez.
Yeah, Purdy went low as well. He'll line up third on the inside. Jack Wood had made his way.
For the love of God, get to the white flag.
Restarted 20th. Made his way.
Oh, Rajay Carruth was going to have a chance, and they were like, nope, shuffle his ass out.
A shame that he's going to run out of time, but this might not be our only overtime.
Haley Deegan back there in row number
Michael
7.
Waltrip just
Well,
wants
today,
this to
just
suck.
need to
He's
finish.
always
Yeah,
rooting for
early in the
everything that's going to
news,
make the race
Crew
suck.
Chief, they haven't had the finishes the first 2 races, but they were high on the speed in this truck, and they showed it once again today. It's the 19 radio.
All right, buddy. Bit of an adventure to get back here, but here we are. Front row, this is your race. Do what you do best.
Don't you love that? I mean, he was there once. It didn't look like he was ever going to get back. And now all he sees is the pace.
Give me a good finish,
ahead of him. But he has
preferably with the 99 winning, so I can get something out of this.
And that pesky 2-truck.
I don't like Ben Rhodes, for those of you just joining us, but if he wins, I get money.
Ben Rhodes will be a good pusher too.
The moment John Hunter gets shuffled out, oh, caution!
Christian
Ah!
Eckes led 32 laps and had one of the
As
best
many as we need.
saves, near misses I have seen.
There's a crowd shot. Oh, there's the little kids. Look at him. They're zooming in. He stopped. He like panned over to zoom in, and then he must have got the tap on the shoulders. Like, don't. Ugh, big stack up on the bottom there. But they're about even at the start-finish line. Although Nemechek's a better pusher. Oh, dear God.
Now we can just make it one lap.
2 truck tandems with a huge gap to the rest of the field behind them. There you go, Rhodes. Push. Push, Rhodes. Push. They're separated on the top. Just push. Push it. He pushed too hard. 19's gotten away from him now. He clears Sanchez for second. We're coming to the white flag. Don't you shuffle him out. Don't you shuffle my money out. They shuffled my money out. Ain't that a bitch? White flag. Sanchez surges ahead on the bottom. Here comes Nemechek. Sanchez ducks up in front of the 19. Oh, Eckes goes to the top. Rhodes goes to the top. They're going to be 3 wide. Yeah, well, I got no chance at money today. Oh, they're crashing in the back. Loose off the corner. Oh, Rhodes and Curry crash. Rhodes in the wall again. Eckes wins. They let him race back. Well, I was close. Eckes deserved to win.
It was waving. It was waving the checker.
Yeah, but it was waving before.
Eckes was ahead, I'm pretty sure.
The finish line. We'll have to see what NASCAR says.
I think Eckes was the winner regardless. Oh, God, now we get the next dumbest thing. We're going to throw a caution 30 feet before the start-finish line and completely change the outcome of the race. For a wreck that happened well out of sight, well out of mind, we're going to throw the caution. So we had damaged vehicle policy, we had overtime, and now we're going to throw a caution 30 feet before the start-finish line. We've hit the holy trinity. So, bravo, NASCAR. And the word is Eckes won, so the right guy won at least. And Eckes deserved to win. He had a really, really, really good truck.
33 years at Napa.
Timmy Hill get a top 10. Timmy Hill got a top 10. Haley Deegan finished 12th. Jack Wood made it back to 10th. Eckes is doing burnouts now.
We're waiting to get the official word.
NASCAR's like, how far back do we have to move this to say John Hunter won? Good job, Eckes. Really had high hopes there for Rhodes.
And it's been a good fit.
We still have not gotten the official word from
Oh, I still not got the official word. They're trying to make some drama out of this.
Smith's truck's heavily damaged.
And what happens is we saw the caution flag waving.
Friesen got
when they
junked
took the checkered flag.
in turn 3.
When they
Zane
decided
Smith,
to
yeah,
put
God.
the caution flag out,
A lot of
there's
guys in that
timestamp.
wreck we didn't quite
They'll look at the
realize.
video, and they'll determine who wins by that.
Who's leading at that
At that exact moment.
For now, it's Eckes, Sanchez, Nemechek. And now it's official. Official.
Yes.
Jack Wood going to go punch John Hunter Nemechek.
Rare win for that young man.
He didn't know anything about that 2 minutes of doubt we had.
No, he did. He did.
And we were just telling you what happened. The caution flag flew as the checker flag was flying.
Nobody
It
cares.
was a couple hundred yards from the start.
Talk less, Michael Waltrip. Talk less. Get the fuck out of the
22-year-old
booth.
From Greenville, New York.
So the wreck happens back here. The 4 got up under the 16's left rear and turned him into Dale Earnhardt, and Zane Smith and Friesen had to play the tag team of Ken Schrader there. Oh, too soon.
Matt Crafton doing a nice job.
And I wouldn't have thrown the caution for that.
Look at that battle up front. There it went.
What the fuck was the 4 doing there?
Nice job avoiding that by
Purdy, what was that?
That's probably going to result in a top 5 finish for Matt.
That's as soft a wreck as you could hope for, given the angle that they were going towards the wall.
Bailey Curry with a top 5 run. Again, these results are unofficial.
Unofficial because we had to throw the caution 30 feet before the start-finish line to make this really dumb.
For when that caution flag came
All right, gang, I'm out of here. I'll be back in about 25 or 30 minutes. I figure Xfinity race now will probably be pushed to like 10 or 15 after 5, but I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to go take a break. I think my food's almost here. Let's hope for a better broadcast in the next one, but I doubt it.